Hoka hey, Alita Army. Welcome to the Alita live stream of October the 6th, 2023. What other movie genres could Alita star in or cameo in? Where we discuss all things to do with the movie Alita Battle Angel, the source manga Gundam, and the greatly desired sequels. I am your host, the Muskogee Creek from Denver, Colorado, and from the Shires in the UK, we have Vlotty. How's it going, Vlotty?
Hey, Creaky. I just got back in time, so I thought I'd hop on.
Oh, yeah.
Work early, so
well,
time's worked out perfectly. I had time to shower, and you're about to start, so I just thought, why not jump on?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did because
it would have just been you by yourself.
No, well, no, Angelus is going to be on because this is his actual topic. So he's always he's kind of late because getting up and he has to eat breakfast and stuff like that. Plus, I think they may have just switched time. Well, I think yeah,
they switched time like a few days ago.
Yeah, but Queensland never uses daylight savings time. I think that's down in just New South Wales. As a matter of fact, I think Queensland is the only state in Australia that doesn't go to daylight savings time.
Why not?
I have no idea. I guess it's just what the government wants, I suppose. Yeah. So anyway,
yeah, ours doesn't go. Ours goes back and on the last Monday of October.
Cool. Yeah, I think
After
ours.
GMT.
Yeah, ours goes. I guess. I think the first Sunday in November, I think, is when ours switches back. So anyway, how's things in jolly old England?
Fine, we've got some nice weather coming for this weekend, and I've got it off, so it's all looking good. Considering our shit summer, we're just like everyone's just like happy to get any before winter comes in.
Yeah. Well, the same thing here. We're getting some real cool weather. It's a little overcast today, and I think the most we're going to get here is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. You'll have to do the calculation for Celsius, but those of you that use the metric, that are smart and use the metric system.
What?
Yeah. And I guess, Smendrick asked me, during the intro that when I would be visiting Germany again. And I don't know there, Smendrick. I really loved Germany when I was there. I was there in 95, and I had a lot of fun there. And with us from Mentor, Ohio is Chaos, and we just lost him. So anyway, he jumped on and got kicked off, I guess.
Bringing the chaos.
Yeah, that's right. So, but anyway, Smendrick 19, the next time I get a shot at going to Germany, I will definitely be over there.
I don't think I've ever been to Germany. I've been to Belgium,
nice.
and I've been to France, Spain, quite a few European countries.
Yeah.
But never Germany.
Yeah, I've been to Germany. I've been to the Czech Republic. I've been to Poland. Those are the only
Switzerland I've been to. Italy.
Yeah. And of course, I've been to England 3 times. So, twice on vacation and once on business. So anyway, but I have a good time when I go over there. Well, I guess you guys
really love it.
Oh yeah. Well, Vladdy, you guys
right.
don't consider yourself as part of Europe, do you, or do you?
Well, yeah, I think we do, but we're just a bit separate in like thinking because of the water between us.
Yeah, I guess so.
So we're always going to be the eccentric weirdos attached to Europe, or like just detached from Europe.
Yeah. Hello, Chaos Nova from Mentor, Ohio.
Welcome, Chaos.
Sorry, the old browser didn't work.
Well, that's all right.
Quite
man.
right. So I had to change browsers.
Hello in chat to Schmendrick and David Alexandra, absolute legends as always.
Yes, indeedy. Yeah, I jumped on your stream today, Chaos, and watched it for just a little.
You caught the end, yeah.
And it was really cool. I didn't know that in Martian Memory that Lou Collins was in there.
She was. It's the sad part. It's the last time she didn't die. Because the game was 1998. So yeah.
Yeah,
in Last Order, she didn't make it.
Martian Memory.
Oh, you're playing through Martian Memory in English, yeah?
Yes, live streaming it.
Oh, that's so cool. I need to catch that, but I think I'm just working.
My live stream's there. There might be a link, but I can get it later.
Yeah. It's so hard on YouTube to catch everyone's streams because it's just you follow so many people and there's just so much crap you just miss stuff.
Yeah.
Well, different time zones too, because I was doing it until like 3:30 or 4. So
yeah,
obviously it's not 3:30 or 4 for everybody p.m.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to respond to Spendrick 19. He says we all ought to get together in Berlin or Munich. Actually, Munich or München, as they say there. I have a friend that owns a guest house in Berking, which is a little town between Nuremberg and Munich. It's called the Blautraube, or in other words, the Blue Grapes. And I think he still runs that thing, So I guess it'd be closer for me. It'd be closer to go to Munich. So anyway. All right. So anyway, just checking out here what David Alexander had to say. Yeah, the Alita Army is always trying. We're pushing Alita. We want that sequel, Disney.
We're trying. We're trying.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
We're only human, though,
That's right. Okay, I guess before we get to the main topic and before Angelus gets here,
don't we need to wait for Angelus?
No, we don't need to wait for him.
But it's his topic.
Yeah, it is his topic, but I know enough about it. So. You know, of course, anything.
Okay,
about
the
Alita,
topic was what would she be good at in other genres? Is that right?
Yeah, and that would be Alita. You know, I mean, certainly Rosa would be really good in anything
Yeah,
she
we could do an
acts.
episode on that. What kind of genres and movies do we want to see Rosa in? That'd be a great episode. Maybe we should do that on the Radio Chaos.
Well, being that would be the basis, you know, Alita would be, you know, Rosa would be Alita. It just goes without saying that any movie she's in, she's going to do a great job. So you could say, and Rosa is Alita and Alita is Rosa. So, I mean, it's interchangeable. So, you know, I think she'd do
I'd obviously
well.
rather see her in stuff that I like.
Yes. And I still haven't seen A Million Miles Away yet, damn it. So
what is the matter with you, Creaky?
I don't know.
I'm glad I was here to admonish you.
I know. I'm losing my mind, I guess. I don't know.
It's on Amazon. I bet you've got Prime, right?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
You've even got Prime. Wow, pathetic.
Yeah, I got Prime. I got Hulu. I got, oh gosh, what's it? Well, Disney Plus, which I know you don't have, Lottie. And
Rosa should come over there and slap you.
Yes. Yeah, I would let her do it too.
At least I'm not the one getting slapped.
Yes.
This
That'd
time.
be the highlight of my life.
Yes.
What? Chaos getting slapped?
No, me getting slapped by Rosa.
Or if I got slapped by Rosa, I could handle that. I'd say thank you. No, I think
thank you, Rosa.
great.
May I have another?
Yeah. No, I think Rosa's great, man. I think she's a really super actor. You know, I mean, I can't say enough. Yeah.
Have you even watched Undone?
Yes. Yes.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
I would have had to leave and block you.
No, you wouldn't want to do that, Bloody. Just think of all the fun you would miss harassing me.
Creaky, sorry. the thing is, I bet it's killing Rosa that she can't talk much about A Million Miles Away because of the strikes.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, she's really into that kind of stuff because it's related to her history and her father being a migrant from Peru.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's been tough. I know a couple of actors that I, you know, trade posts with and stuff like that, or DMs or whatever you want to call them. And they're you know, they're just not able to talk. You know, they just they gotta lay low till after the strike. You know, so anyway, it is what it is, I guess. So anyway, but we're hoping that strike is over really quick. And I'll say
they're saying the actors might take longer than we thought. Everyone was thinking, oh, the actors, they just read whatever script they're given. Someone will just hand them a script that says, now you have to sign this contract agreement, and they'll just sign it because that's what they do.
Oh, no. No, those folks are business people too. They have to they have to be right. You know, I mean, they get a contract that's got.
Well, let's get on with it, lads and ladies.
Yes, indeed. Okay, well, anyway, Angelus will be on here in a little bit if he hasn't woken up yet, I guess.
Well, if it's because he's got the clocks wrong, then he's not going to be here for an hour. Have you messaged him?
Well, they don't change to daylight saving time in Queensland. I'm telling you that. So for him,
sorry, I forgot he lives in Queensland.
Yeah, they don't change ever. They're kind of like our Arizona. You know, Arizona doesn't change their clocks either. You know, so nothing changes for those folks. So for him, it's the same time. Now it is early. You know, he has to get up early to eat breakfast and get the day going, I guess. You know, so. But it's okay. We don't mind. You know, we know it's international fandom, and it's tough sometimes. Some folks,
you've got to be understanding.
Well, like you're here late, you know, because it's near midnight there, isn't it, or after?
It's 10 minutes past 11.
Oh, 10 minutes past 11. Okay,
it's not that late for me anyway.
Do you have to work tomorrow?
No, weekend off plus some more days.
Ah, cool.
So it's going to be all Cyberpunk all the time. With obviously Alita sprinkled in between.
Yes, indeed. Anybody wants to
say? I'll literally be thinking about Alita the whole time I'll be playing anyway.
Well, yeah. So anyway, anybody want to jump on with us? There's the link. Just click on that. We'll bring you in the stream. If all you want to do is come on and say, I love Alita, then we'll bring you on. You can say it and jump off. Or if you want to come on and stay on, we love having you. So there it is. Don't be bashful. We're all just friends. Okay, I guess to move on, before we get to going here, This is the sequel petition, and I think I checked this just before the stream, and that was a couple hours before the stream. We had over 178,000 signatures. So, like I do every week, I just want to remind those that have not signed the petition yet to please sign the petition, because this is our way of letting Disney know we want that sequel. So that, and not only sequel, folks, sequels. We want both those sequels that James Cameron's working on. So you folks, I'm pretty sure everybody on this stream has already signed the sequel. But those of you that might be watching, after the stream is over, I guess, just click on that, sign it. You don't have to give any money or anything like that. You just sign it, and we're letting Disney know that that we want that sequel. By the way, I'm putting a couple of neat YouTube instances there that you can chat, that you can go check out. And I'm putting them in the chat right now. They're, I think one Martian Memory, both of them. Yeah, there was a live stream from today. That one I just put on. That was enjoyable. I didn't get to watch a lot of it, but it was. It's really enjoyable, especially now that Chaos is playing that thing in English. I don't have to guess what's going on. You can kind of read
I can't wait till they update it again so it can be the whole game in English.
What's not in English?
Well, the prior version of Martian Memory was not in English.
I know that, but what I thought
not the whole game. Not the entire game. Most of it is, though.
Most of it is in English. Yeah.
As in, they've translated the beginning to the end, but they just left out stuff that's not really important.
No, it's just the people who are writing the mods, it takes them a long time to do it. They're doing it literally line by line of dialogue in the game. So right now it goes up until I get to the fighting tournament in space, but hopefully another update will do the rest of it.
It takes them forever.
There's many lines of dialogue in that game as text.
Well, when I left the game on the live stream, you were in, or Alita or Galley. Galley was in Nova's laboratory. So, and I guess Lou Collins was in there too, had come in there or something like that. So anyway, that's where I had to split. So, okay. Another thing is we got the Hero Arm campaign going on, and you see the link there, but if you don't want to click on that link, we have a tip jar down in the description. Just click on that. It's real simple. You click on it, give a very small tip, and then you can jump out. It's all proceeds. All of this is going to this Hero Arm campaign and the continuation of us wanting to get an Alita sequel. Now, we've already got some benefit out of this in that we flew that plane around Disney headquarters. And in terms of the money that the Alita Army has, we have more than $2,200 in the Alita Army account. It's something like $3,500 or somewhere around there. I'd have to go look at the account. I looked at it yesterday, but so we're getting there money wise. We get it looks like we added about maybe $20 or maybe more than that. Even might have been 120. Yeah,
we're like a fandom. We don't have like a bank. You know what I mean?
You don't have a what?
We don't have a bank. It doesn't really matter how much money we have in the kitty. Really,
no,
you know what I mean?
No, we do have a bank account. I opened the bank account. Okay. Yeah, for the Alita Army, and it's all just for the Alita Army.
Yeah.
Because you can't just leave the money in this Hero Arm campaign. They transfer it to an account. So I set up an account to put the Alita Army money in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay. So anyway, no amounts.
It seems so weird. We're just like supporting a movie, and now we've got a bank account.
Well, we actually got a legal entity too, called the Alita Army. So we're moving along. We're trying to get organized to improve our support for the sequels, because that's what we want. We want those sequels.
No, finish first.
No, go ahead.
Something I've been doing is I've been asking other YouTubers really nice to maybe put things about Alita in their YouTube videos. So that's something you can do.
Okay.
Because there's some general sci-fi channels, and I'm not encouraging you to mob this guy. Just ask him nicely, because I just think he might have something. He might be willing to do it in one of his monster episodes. Have some character from Battle Angel Alita.
Oh, okay.
I'll get the link in the chat.
Okay. There's the link. Okay. Oh, Alita Baby. I know who that is. Oh, yeah. I've communicated with him.
Have you ever spoken to him?
I've never spoken to him, but we've sent, this has been a while back. We've sent messages, a couple of messages back and forth. So
In DMs. I've never been in DMs with him.
Yeah, Alita Babe. I remember him. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's all right.
He's Irish,
So,
I think.
I don't know. Maybe he is.
Is that Turmo Dorman, right?
No, that's not Turlo Dorman. Turlo
Is it?
Dorman is Alita Army. You know,
I thought that was the same guy.
I
I think it might be the same guy.
Oh, it is? Okay, well, I didn't know that.
Well, I
but
think he's got loads of different accounts. He
Well,
just
he's got-
seems like the same. He seems the same.
Well, he's got 2 accounts then?
Well, he even posts on Threads now. He's all over the shop. He's doing great.
Oh, okay. Well,
Another legend.
well, hell,
But
hell,
yeah, I think Turmo Dora is Alita Babe and that Alita Army account.
Oh, okay. Damn, maybe I ought to get on Threads. I mean,
Yeah, Rodriguez posts there now. So all the
oh, does he?
celebrity- Yes, exactly. I noticed that yesterday. I mean,
'Cause I
earlier
know-
today. So
'cause I
we
know
should probably get in on there.
Well, you can get directly to Threads from Instagram. I know that because I saw
Yeah,
a link.
I've got an account on Threads.
Oh,
The Alita Army should get on, but
I agree.
it might be
I
too lazy.
And do some, before a stream, doing some advertisement. Okay, let's see. All right, Chaos, you got 3 things for me to post. Over
Yeah,
here.
it's just channels we might be able to ask them to do a thing. I'm not expecting everyone on this who's watching to do it, but we could all ask them pretty nice.
Where did
Yeah.
you put that?
I have it in the chat for
In the
the
chat,
studio
okay,
chat.
Yeah, I'm putting it in there
All
now.
right, I got it.
So, yeah.
We can ask these guys really nice. I asked him to do Alita myself, so we can ask him to do other characters. He likes requests.
Oh, okay.
The other one is called James Bond. It's one of the many guys on YouTube, but he's done some. At least he said on his Twitter account he's willing to do an Alita fan video. So hopefully he does.
Okay. Okay, well, anyway, as I was saying, getting back to this, no amount's too small. If it's $1, if it's £1, if it's €1, if it's £1 peso, no amount's too small. And if you can't donate, then when you see a tweet or a post, as they say on X now, then repost it, and then just let folks know that we got this going. So. Okay, before we get into the main topic, I thought I'd show everybody Gruscott, Finn, Vigatus Ihnen heute, or Vigatus Dio, actually. So I just wanted to show everybody, I kind of been doing my Alita
Nice
display, and you can see I got 2 Hot Toys Alita, and I think everybody knows this story, but I had bought a Hot Toys Alita. Kran had kind of set me onto a really reputable place to get a Hot Toys Alita, and I bought it. And then a week later, I won the Harkins Theaters giveaway, in which I won another Hot Toys Alita. So a week
lucky.
later, yeah, lucky. So anyway,
Didn't you give
2 of
one
those.
to Finn though?
No, Finn. Finn won that. He won a different one. We bought a Hot Toys Alita, and we had a giveaway here last year, I think. And Finn won the drawing, so he's got a Hot Toys Alita.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, you see that Prime One Studios Alita there, the big one, and that's I bought that from Kran. She was trying to make room in her Alita display for. I'm not sure what Alita she was buying. I don't think it was the Queen Studios. Because I think she has issues with that one. I think because of the hair or something like that. But she was getting something, and she said, "Well, Creaky, I was going to sell the Prime One Alita, and I was going to sell it, but I really want to make sure it gets a good home, or she gets a good home. So I said, okay, I'll buy it. So anyway, I bought it from her, and that's set up there. And you see, I got 4 little Alitas there. 3 of them, or one of them actually.
They're guarding the collection.
Yeah, that's right. And that one of the Motorball little Alitas there's one of them that I had won from the Harkins Theaters giveaway. The other 3 I bought. The doll body, another Motorball body, and the Berserker little Alitas, I bought them. And you can see the manga in the background there, both the Last Order, Mars Chronicle, and the original. I got the box set. Now, the only one I'm short on is volume 9. I got to buy that. I think Angelus has been after me to buy it, and I keep meaning to, but I forget, And then, of course, I've got I guess the concept art book, there on the left, and you can see 2 Alita DVDs, or one of them's I think one of them is actually a Blu-ray, and but the Blu-ray is a 3D Blu-ray, and I can't play 3D. I had bought a 3D player, so because I wanted to play it, but when I hooked it up to my TV, it wouldn't talk to it. So
are those all the Blu-rays you've got?
Oh, I probably got 5 or 6 of them. I bought a bunch of them. I came in early 2020 when Dennis and Dennis and maybe Dizzy and one other person were buying these DVDs and giving them away. And I said, well, hell, I'll do that too then. So I bought like 20 of them, and gave them all away, but about 5, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, those are rookie numbers, Creek. You've got to bump up those numbers.
I know, that's right. I definitely do. So, but anyway, I've still got some. I've been given, I gave about 4 or 5 of them to the library, so, they got extra copies so people can check them out and see it and stuff like that, And I plan on giving another one to the library near my house in North Carolina. So we'll give it one to them, and then they can, check that out, to folks that are supporters of the library that frequent it. So, but anyway, that's what that looks like. And then, of course, the Prime one, close up of there, you see, man, she looks great, doesn't she? I mean, golly. I mean, check that out.
Amazing. So majestic.
Oh, absolutely. And she comes with, different kind of attachments. I guess there's one that has you see the Damascus blade there that she's kind of holding down. There's another one
in different positions. It's really
cool. That's right. And then
of course that one there's my favorite, the one she's just holding down to. Yeah,
I like that one too. And then the Gatling gun is certainly one they have, but they got another one where they got Ito's rocket hammer, so that they got that, so you could kind of switch them up, but I kind of like those 2 the best. And you'll see that little white thing down at the bottom by her left foot. That's actually an LED. So if you turn the lights off and there's a little switch you can push and it turns that on, it looks kind of really looks nice,
It's a bit weak, the light.
I'm sorry? It's
a bit weak, that light.
Yeah, it is. It is weak, but if you have the lights out, though, it's okay,
Yeah.
I don't really turn it on too much. I just kind of let it.
Never turn it on.
Yeah. So you got one of these too, huh, Vladdy?
Of course. This was the first one that came out, I think. The first major statue. Or was it?
Oh,
no,
okay.
probably Hot Toys, right? But no, this was the first big one that came out.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And then, of course, there's just a couple of different shots of her right there. I mean, man, she's great. Look at that, I mean, wow. What you got there, Vladdy?
I was going to show mine. Hold on. How do you switch the camera to the front one?
We're looking at your camera right now. So
yeah, I want to switch to the front camera. How do I do that?
You should have on your phone a little, let me see. I'll have to get my camera to see how it.
Well, I can do it on the camera, but I mean in the Streamlabs.
Oh.
Because that's what you're doing it for. Oh, here we go. Facing front, maybe facing back.
Okay, we're facing that looks like the top of your head right there, Vladdy. So
my feet.
So anyway,
right,
there we
there's
go.
mine.
There we go. Yeah.
Look at that,
So
majestic.
yeah, she is. You got the same pose that I got. I might have to put my rocket hammer down there too, you know. And that thing,
Wait, where's yours?
I just put it in the box. I mean, I'm going to have to add
I think it's meant to go there. I think that's where it goes on the pictures.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's where I'll put mine then. So I learned something today, you know.
Totally.
Yeah.
I don't have the best lighting for her, but
Oh yeah.
I think when I get the hand, it's going to go like in front of that, or I'll probably move that. And then I might put some nice lights on top because that will light up this Prime 1 and the hand really well.
Okay.
Anyway, that's enough cam.
Looks nice. That's for sure. Okay. So anyway, thanks for that, Blotty. But you know, I'm kind of
We're
proud
doing
of
show and tell for our Prime 1s, so I thought I'd show and tell.
Oh yeah. So anyway, I guess I'm kind of proud of my little display there. I mean, it's not, some folks have got a lot more on theirs than mine, but hey, you know, it's my support for Alita. That's what it is.
It's great.
Yeah.
Love the layout.
And you'll
Nice
notice,
symmetry.
you'll notice all those VCR tapes down at the bottom.
Yeah, I was wondering what they were. I didn't zoom in.
Yeah, that's the old VCR stuff. I've still got my VCR player hooked up to my big screen TV. When you play it, the VCR tapes, it's kind of grainy, you know, but it's still watchable. But
it's all of Creaky's dodgy home videos.
They're not. No, I don't have any dodgy videos.
Sure. If I zoom in, I'm going to see one that says like XXX, and you'll have to like quickly cancel.
You won't see that. You know, you'll see one down the lower right hand corner called the Blue Ridge, which is the mountains of North Carolina. You'll see that. So, so
nice.
But anyway, yeah,
I see the black and white little Alita, the box underneath by the.
Oh yeah, well that's where all the attachments and all for the little Alitas are. I just put them in that box. Yeah. So
have you broken any?
No, I haven't broken any yet. Yeah, I handle those little Alitas. I'm real careful with them.
I'm like a little Alita butcher. I did do more like weird photo shoots though with them. Well,
you got the one little Alita that I sent you that prosthetic foot for, remember?
Exactly, yeah. I just stuck that on. It was nice little cyborg feet for this little cyborg.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, that's Creaky's Alita display, y'all. I thought you might like to see it. You know, I mean, I'm going to add volume 9 to the Mars Chronicles to it, so that'll bring it up to
stream where we just all show pictures of our collections and talk about like what we got and stuff.
Well, we could, yeah, we could do that.
I think that'll be nice.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess Finn
we can compare. We can have a competition. Who wins the best collection?
Oh, I'd come in last on that. Mine's pretty small, so but
it
that's
would
okay.
Definitely be that French dude. You know, the one who's got the massive like warehouse of Alita stuff.
Yes.
Gun Collectibles, I think it's called. Legend.
Yes. So anyway, there it is. There you see Creek's display. You know, it is what it is. Okay, as you guys, let me switch you over to there, Vladdy, so people can see
I'm sorry, but this is clearly the creme de la creme of any Alita collection. I think you're mad to turn this down, personally. Look at all the detail. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's nice. I think
sure, it's not 100% perfect, but, you know, we love her for her flaws, too.
Yeah. Well, I think Cran had an issue with her hair for some reason. I think it's too long.
Hair doesn't look that bad. It looks fine.
Well, each of us in the Elite Army have our things that we like. So, you know,
like most like collectors, whenever they talk about the Alita one, they talk about like how ridiculously amazing it is.
That is amazing, though. You have to admit. I mean, the detail is stunning.
Yeah, look at like the detail of the lips and stuff. It's not.
Yes.
The camera's not zooming focusing very well, and it looks kind of weird with this camera as well. It's like a bit distorted.
Yeah.
So it doesn't quite look exactly like this. All right.
I don't know. It looks pretty good to me. I mean,
oh yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so as you guys can all imagine, I got a slide for each one of these, so we don't we don't have we don't have 99 slides, but we got a bunch, probably about 10, slides for this. But these are the kind of genres that I thought, and where's Angelus? This is his topic, so he ought to be on here. But anyway, it's okay.
I'm heating up leftover pizza.
Probably with pineapple on it, no doubt. So
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I was just saying that's what I'm doing. I'm just muting for a little bit.
Yeah, because he made a big deal of me adding romantic comedy to it. So
he'll probably show up in time for that slide in 3 hours when we've reached that one.
Yeah, that's right. He probably will. But certainly we know Alita can do action. We know that for a fact, Drama, we can chat about that one, and certainly fantasy, definitely. Oh boy, Finn does not like pineapple on pizza, I guess. So that's okay, So anyway, and then of course drama we see there, fantasy, horror, we got that in there. If you remember in the manga, there are vampires in the manga. So I think not Vector, but Victor is one, and so is Karula. She's a vampire, so.
And not only that, but there's references to like Dracula, such as how Dan and the Barjack, spike people like Vlad the Impaler did. Not only that, but Destiny Nova seems to have a lot in common with like stuff you'd see in Dracula movies.
Yeah, now that you mention it, that seems right. I think you're right. I think I do see a lot in common with him. I mean, I guess their personalities are similar in a lot of ways.
Well, it's kind of random. I was playing a video game called Metal Gear Solid 2, and the character Raiden looks a lot like Destiny Nova's son.
Ah. Yes, Finn, even superheroes. We'll get to that.
But yeah, like Destiny Nova, offering people immortality. That's what happens in those Christopher Lee Dracula movies, where he like offers his captives like something like better powers. Yeah.
Well, Destiny Nova is biologically immortal. I mean, he's, I guess he kind of, he does it. It's a little different with him. He's got that Methuselahization and that nanite cloud. It kind of keeps him going, I guess. Whereas vampires seem to be more, I guess, more biologically immortal than Destiny Nova is. But
I mean, Destiny Nova wasn't he wasn't from the city above in Catheres or Jeru. He might have actually developed it from his own. And there's multiple ways he could have done it. I mean, I don't know. His kid obviously has like really enhanced type of healing, because like Koyomi said, like this guy got run over by a taxi cab. And the guy tells her, I don't see any injuries on him. Not only that, but, I don't know, having the whole thing that's similar to what happened with Wolverine with the adamantium stuff. Yeah. Destiny Nova did it to his own kid, too. So I don't know.
Well, that and Deadpool, too. He has that healing ability. Both of them do.
I'm just saying with Destiny Nova's kid, it's heavily implied that his body, naturally heals itself.
Smendrick 19, we're talking movies here, not ads. So, but yeah, she could sell chocolate and orange products, that's for sure.
How about a chocolate orange? It's both chocolate and orange.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I bet Alita could sell anything to anybody in the Alita army. So, if we were living at the North Pole, she could sell us ice cubes. So, more than likely. Certainly we want to see her play music in the Kansas bar. And I know I've heard Rosa sing on YouTube. I've seen a couple of videos where she sings, and she's got a good voice, so I think she could pull it off, so hopefully we'll get to see at least a little bit of that in the sequel, you know, in Alita 2 anyway. Hello, X-Man 577. And certainly mysteries. We got a little slide and a couple of, I guess, you know, I guess a couple of images on that. The romantic comedy, I'm going to play a little excerpt from the movie. I can't play a lot of the movie because we get yeeted if you go past X number of minutes or 2 minutes or something like that. So we're gonna keep that one real short, you know, plus there's no music in it, so it won't get us yeeted. And then certainly science fiction, yeah, and as I guess as Finn points out, science fiction would be the best for him at least. And yeah, I think she would fit real well in that because not only in a lot of ways Alita Battle Angel is science fiction, but you remember she was in the military, her character. And of course, you know, in space flight and fighting on the moon, that's science fiction. So, I mean, she'd fit real well there. And we know she can do sports, you know, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, about her playing sports and even MMA if she wanted to get into that. And then last and probably least is, because this is a pretty narrow, you know, kind of adaptation for her to be a superhero, because, you know, what, and the reason why I say that is because Alita is not a superhero. Well, look who just showed up. Good day, mate.
Good day.
We're glad you made it.
Yeah, I just woke up.
Oh, that's all right, man. We don't care. So anyway, yeah, but as far as superhero, by the way, those of you who don't know, which I'm sure everybody on this stream knows, Angelus is from Brisbane and Queensland, Australia, where they do not do daylight saving time. So
that was news to me. You learned something new here.
So, but anyway, back to the superhero thing. Alita's not a superhero, but she does have superhero level ability. So, you know, that's kind of why that's why I think she would fit in that.
She's a superhero of my heart.
Yes, she is.
I'm glad she's not a superhero. Superheroes are just like a bit two-dimensional and boring.
Yeah, I think it would kind of narrow her up a little bit, but
I think there's some variation in them, though. I mean, even with Aquaman, he doesn't really have a secret identity. He also does, you know, sometimes he kills people too, but, you know, same with Black Panther, but Black Panther and Aquaman are both, you know, it's part of their job. They fight wars.
Well, Iron Man doesn't have a secret identity either. He told the whole world, is Tony Stark, I'm Iron Man, you know, so. But anyway, these are the 10 genres I picked, and we'll, afterwards, we'll talk about, did I miss one, obviously. And certainly action would be something we know she can fit in, you know, whether it's just fighting crime. You know, she could certainly do martial arts. And we're going to talk about that also as part of sports. But when I talk about martial arts here, I'm talking about martial arts movies, like, you know, the Kung Fu movies. You know, she could do that. I mean, because Panzer Kunst, I mean, it's certainly a fictional martial art, but a lot of the moves that we saw in the movie are, you know, they're karate-like or Kung Fu-like moves. So, I mean, I think she could do a Kung Fu movie for sure, you know. Maybe,
what about the good old Shaw Brothers?
Yeah.
I want to see her in a procedural detective show like CSI.
Well, you're ahead of me now, Vladi. So we got that's coming.
Isn't
up.
that one fighting crime?
Well, it would be, but I mean, here we'd be.
Oh,
talking
okay.
about
Sorry, we're just in action. Action. Yeah,
this would be more like the Equalizer movies, I think. You know, with Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
you know,
I get you. Sorry.
And John Wick and stuff like that. It'd be more like that, I think.
Yeah.
You know, not a detective type thing. You know, and of course, her being in the military, certainly she would fit right into a war movie. Because
not just or a video game too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, she would.
Because the funny thing about like Metal Gear Solid video games, they kind of are similar kind of action that you'd get from Battle Angel Alita.
Okay.
Basically, well, there's more than they changed the main character because he got old, but initially there was a guy called Snake whose appearance is based off of Escape from New York. Snake Plissken. And he's also based off Kyle Reese from the Terminator in his appearance as well. In fact, there were copyright issues with the first Metal Gear game because they borrowed off the appearance of Kyle Reese in the Terminator movie.
You mean Michael Bihn's appearance?
Yes. I mean, if I wasn't using my phone now, I'd show you the cover of Metal Gear from 1987. It looks just like Michael Biehn in the first Terminator movie.
Ah.
But then they have Raiden, who looks a lot like Destinova's kid, Chaos, and he's also a sword guy, so it changed. Okay. But the whole idea of Metal Gear Solid is that you start off with like almost no equipment, but your character works up, learns new techniques and fighting moves and new weapons, and eventually you fight a big mech called Metal Gear, a big robot called Metal Gear.
Oh, I thought that was just a type of I guess weapon or whatever, but it's not. It's a character, right?
It's a vehicle, but it's a big battle mech that walks like a person, and you as a person destroy a big mech.
Oh, kind of like the big mechs in Avatar, then.
Bigger.
Oh, okay.
70 feet tall.
Oh, kind of like more like that. What was that? Not Skyrim, but Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, your character uses all their fighting and weapons to destroy a huge mech at the end.
Ah.
And what is the fighting style like Alita, like the action in Metal Gear Solid? You can.
Okay, basically, whether you're Snake or Raiden, like Snake is mostly just hand-to-hand combat fighting and guns, but he uses, he can choke people, he can punch and kick people. It's kind of similar to what you'd see in Battle Angel Alita. He's basically an Army Ranger before he became a part of another special unit called Foxhound.
Ah. And I guess this would apply to spy movies too, because they have a lot of action in them too as well, I guess. Although spy movies are kind of a combination of action and more like detective kind of movies, I guess. They're kind of a combination of those. Yeah. Well, in terms of action,
I tried playing Metal Gear Solid. You can just watch bits of it, but I might play it a little more. The first one.
I know this is not ever going to happen because this person died back in 1973, but it would be kind of cool to see Alita in a martial arts movie with Bruce Lee, wouldn't it?
It would.
although you're not going to see that unless it's in a game, or somebody does it with AI.
You could do it with AI. Exactly. With AI, you could do it.
Yeah, you could do it. Yeah. Because Panzer Kuntz and Jeet Kune Do, you remember we talked about that a couple of weeks ago, how they're similar, So
all you'd have to do is type into the AI Alita Battle Angel fighting Bruce Lee, and then you just get an awesome clip. It's going to be amazing.
Which clip? What site is that?
I'm just thinking into the future. Like, eventually, it will just be really easy.
Oh, I see. I thought you were talking about something like Tensor Art or Midjourney.
No, I'm just constantly like thinking I'm already in like a cyberpunk reality where you can just make anything you want.
Okay.
You're getting obsessed, blood.
AI has just made me too excited. Like, oh my god, I can make any picture I want.
Well, AI is kind of, sometimes it messes up. It gives her 6 fingers, and it, the face doesn't look exactly like Alita.
Well, the way it works is that you have to keep feeding information to an AI. If you don't, then the AI starts becoming redundant.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
If you see one you like, you got to click like on it and then continue to give it more information. By the way, Smendrick 19, we are going to talk about romantic comedies. That was something that Angelus made sure that I added to the agenda. So, and it's kind of cool because I got a little clip ready for that one, So,
well, also, it's funny, but yesterday was the birthday announcement for Christoph Waltz.
Ah.
The actor who plays Zito.
How old is that guy?
67, right?
67.
Oh, he's a kid. He's just a kid.
How old are you again, Craig?
Oh, I'm real old. I'm an 8,000-year-old power lifter. Remember? No, I'm pretty old. I'm 74.
Yeah.
Although you wouldn't know it to see me lift weights.
And he's
So-
and
That's
he's
not
already
old.
a
That's
half-cyborg.
That's not old. That's like my in-laws' age. But then again, my parents are like 10 years younger because I'm the youngest kid. I'm the oldest kid too.
Yeah, 74, but like a 74-year-old with cannons for arms. Have you seen his guns? Jesus Christ.
I've seen some of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're bigger than most and not as big as others, I guess. Anyway, yeah, we're going to talk about horror there, Finn.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any pictures of Alita, and I looked all over my computer. I got so many pictures of Alita, I couldn't find them. So maybe Angelus, maybe you could dig them up and we share a screen when we get to horror. So, so anything else about action, you guys?
What about like a dogfight war movie?
Oh, you
She's
mean
flying ships around? You know, like like World War II dogfight movies.
Absolutely,
That would be
yeah.
awesome, right? Like Star Wars X-wing. You know, they had the cool Star Wars dogfighting,
Yeah, she could do that.
and she'd be awesome, like shouting down the down the radio, like
As a matter of fact,
on your left.
yeah. It's funny you mentioned Star Wars. About 2 years ago, I did a video on Alita rescuing Grogu. And she comes in there and shoots up those dark troopers, you know, and then breaks into where they're all sitting there waiting for her, you know, and she just stands there looking at them, you know. You know, it's really, I got a lot of good comments from that one, you know. So Alita rescuing Grogu. Of course, that was serious. There'd have to be serious time travel involved there, since Star Wars happened in a galaxy far, far away and a long time ago. So, and of course, Alita's in the future. So, you know, that'd be some very serious time travel there, I think. So, anything else pertaining to action, you guys? All righty. Well, let's move on to drama. You think Alita could pull off drama? Well, of course, we know she can because Rosa can do it. You know.
Yeah, she's so dramatic. She does the best drama.
Oh gosh, man, her even to her facial expressions, you know, they just
so much emotion, and you get all the drama. You see all the drama from her eyes alone.
Yes, yes, you do. Could you see Alita in a family setting?
Say what?
A family setting. Like maybe she's
like a drama. You're talking about like a drama movie with a family setting. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, and she's the mother. Can you see that?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you watched A Million Miles Away, you'd see like Alita in that kind of role.
Yeah, and she could also be the daughter, right? Because we saw that in Alita Battle Angel. She is basically Ito's adopted daughter. So yeah, she can do that. And I thought the way they pulled that off, where she was kind of like at the beginning, like a rebellious teenager, you know, I think that that was perfect the way they did that, you know.
You know, it's so relatable. Like all kids go through that with parents.
Oh yeah, as many times too. I've heard Do Not Stand By say how many times that when he sees Alita Battle Angel, a lot of the things she does reminds him of his teenage daughter, you know. So
well, Cameron said like he made it for her, his teenage daughter, or his daughter.
He sure did a good job.
Be careful because then they'll hate Alita for revealing all their secrets of how to sneak out of the room and house and whatnot.
Yeah, who is Smendrick? I don't know who RBS is. I guess I don't know who that is.
Rosa Bianca Salazar.
Rosa.
I don't know why he's suddenly doing RBS. That makes me think of the Royal Bank of Scotland.
Yeah. They're not so beautiful, are they, Bloody?
No, a bunch of bastards.
So anyway, but Rosa is beautiful. There's no doubt about that. As I say every stream at the end, you know, she is definitely. And certainly Rosa can pull off a love story, Rosa or Alita for that matter. You know, she had a nice little love story. And that was something I think that was kind of downplayed a little bit from Alita Battle Angel. They thought the love story between her and Hugo was not really that good, but I thought it was pretty good, you know. I mean, granted, it's not like some love stories you've seen, like back that old love story from years ago called Love Story. I forget who was in it, Ryan O'Neal and Sam Elliott's wife. I can't remember now. Say like that old, very old movie, The Graduate. You know, I mean, that was more of a comedy, I think, kind of a combination of both. But
it's not supposed to be like a super serious like relationship movie. You know what I mean? It's just it's like a timeless story of teenage romance. You know?
Yeah.
But people want something. I don't know what they want.
Yeah.
I thought the romance was perfect.
I thought it was too, for given the what the two characters that Key and Rosa were playing. You know, I mean, I thought they pulled it off perfectly. You know, I mean, two teenagers. Well, I think Hugo was more like probably in his very early 20s, and Alita was probably anywhere from when she was in the Berserker body, anywhere from 17 to 19, somewhere in there, you know. So yeah, but that's two young people. I thought they pulled that off real well, I think, you know. Alita's Rising
Couldn't
story.
be better.
I think so. Anyway, yeah, that would be the Mars Chronicles there, Finn. You know, how Alita, you know, well, at least her early origin story is in the Mars Chronicles, you know, so that's something I highly recommend everybody to read. And as I was telling them, Angelus, I still haven't gotten volume 8 yet, or is it 9? Volume 9. I haven't gotten volume 9 yet, so I got to get on the stick and do that. So
that reminds me, I've got to
yeah,
reload the website and see where my tracking is at, because I did, but it takes like 2 weeks or something like that.
Where did you order yours from? You didn't order it from Amazon, did you?
No. It's in the Aussie bookstore.
Ah. They probably got it from Amazon. More than likely. So how's it going there, Jeffrey Künstler 99? Let me see if I can get Künstler. If maybe somebody else wants to come on. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the chat again. If somebody wants to come on, there it is right there. So just, you know, click on that link. And if you want to come on, you can come on. So, and we saw Alita pull off the tragedy thing real well, didn't we, at the end, both in the church scene. Boy, that particular scene just rips my heart out every time I see it, you know. And then, of course, at the very end where she actually loses Hugo, that's another one that rips my heart out, you know. Just to see the pain on her face, you know. I mean, Rosa did a great
she
job.
Breaks your heart, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
And also, Junkie XL's music like combines perfectly with the dramatics of Rosa's eyes.
Yes. Just the expressiveness of it, you know. But in both of those scenes, in the church scene and at the end, just, you know, it just really tugs at you, you know. It's hard to contain yourself, I think, you know, because you could just see the pain on Alita's face, you know. It's just really could she be in a Western? Yeah, I guess she could, you know. I mean, we've talked about her doing time travel and other genres. So, yeah, I guess she could go back to the 1800s at Western U.S. or even down there in Australia. They have a kind of a similar culture back in the 1800s. So, yeah, she could be a gunfighter, I think, you know, or say a town sheriff or something like that. You know, I think she could do that. That wouldn't be a drama.
Technically speaking, the excuse me, the surroundings or environment of Badlands arc,
Yes, that is
too far separated from a Western sort of
I think that's right.
environment or setting, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I think she would do well there because she does well in that in the manga, doesn't she? Most definitely. Anything else on drama, you guys?
No, but I'd like to see Alita star in every movie.
Even Barbie?
Definitely Barbie. I'd love to see her on Barbie.
Yeah.
We could do lots of Hot Toys jokes. Hot Toys Alita jokes.
Oh, yeah. I guess
Actually, I could go for that.
yeah, I could too. Yeah.
Hot Toys Alita. My Hot Toys Alita comes to life.
Yes.
and I suddenly get cancelled because she sells her story to the press.
Or your Prime 1 figure comes to life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd
Anything
be
else?
drama all on its own.
Yeah, it would.
Exactly.
That'd be like
Not
Chucky,
your
wouldn't it?
personal toy to dress up and play with.
Exactly.
That's
Wait,
right.
what?
Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. There's one of my favorites. Not my favorite, but I've seen this movie about 4 or 5 times. Cowboys and Aliens. Have you guys ever seen that?
Yeah, I saw it at the time. It's fun.
With
but-
James Bond himself.
Well, yeah. James Bond in the 19th century. Yes, but that's basically what it was, wasn't it? You know, I really enjoyed that movie. You know, particularly when that kid comes up to him and is trying to get him to, you know, this one kid is bullying the people in town, and James. It's not James Bond.
Daniel Craig.
Well, Daniel Craig, I know, but I mean the character in the Jake Lonergan.
yeah.
That was what his name was. You know, kind of knees him in the groin. That was real funny, you know. So anyway,
I can barely remember anything from that movie.
I'm sorry.
I can barely remember anything from that movie. I remember
What?
it just being quite fun and silly.
It is,
But
it was.
I also don't really like Daniel Craig that much.
Well, I saw
That's
this in the
fair.
movie. I know my second wife and I went to see it in the movie, so and we enjoyed it. So you know, it was a lot of fun. Like you say, it's kind of silly, and you know, it had some decent action in it. You know. Okay, anything else? Toy Story 5. Okay, now we're talking about Hot Toys Alita here, I guess. Hot Toys Alita forming an alliance.
Yeah, that's
with
what Toy
Woody.
Story 5's about.
Yeah,
Toy
with
Story
Woody.
99.
Well, with Woody and Buzz Lightyear, you know. So, you know, that would be what. Or there was another movie. I don't know if you guys saw this. This was back in I think the early 2000s, called Small Soldiers.
Yeah, I watched that really recently. That was great.
Yeah, it was pretty good. You know, I mean, it's surprisingly good. I didn't think it was going to be all that great, but I enjoyed the heck out of it. You know,
I remember I liked the first half more than like the whole extended sort of when they were all taking them on. You know, there was a big fight sort of. Then
Yeah,
it got a bit tiresome.
Yeah,
I remember when I was a kid, I saw posters for it and stuff everywhere, but I never saw it in the end. It came out when I was like 10, I think, or something.
oh Jesus. Well,
I was the
wouldn't-
perfect age for it, but I never saw it until
Well,
recently, where I watched it with someone else.
well, I wasn't 10 when that movie came out, Bloody.
Sorry, I shouldn't mention that.
That's all right. Yes. Yep. Alita would be a good gunslinger, wouldn't she? And of course, being a cyborg, she would outdraw any outlaw. Because she'd be able to pull and fire a pistol, you know, within a microsecond. You know, there'd be no way nobody could get her, you know. Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome, actually.
Yeah, it would be.
Bo Peep and Hot Toys Alita.
I'll add
Yes.
this to my things I want to do in AI in 10 years' time.
Oh, yeah. You know what? If these people don't give us a sequel, we're going to start doing our own sequels, aren't we? We'll start doing it.
Correct.
Yeah.
These people, you have a higher opinion of them than I do.
That's pretty low opinion. You say these people,
Oh.
Lottie. I think yours would be somewhere about like scum of the earth, wouldn't it? Or something like that.
These monsters, more like.
Yeah. Okay. How about fantasy? And we're not getting dodgy here. I ain't talking about that kind
Then
of.
why did you
fantasy
get the one where she's
photos.
posing on the bed?
Well, because I like that picture. It's real nice. It's real sexy Alita is what I call that one. So
Well, they should have done it with the Berserker body, really, but
yeah, probably so. Yeah, because that's a little creepy, I think. Still looks good though. But anyway, dystopian future, we know she can pull that off, right? Definitely, because
Right.
she's in a dystopian future anyway in her movie. So that's a natural fit, I think. Fighting fantasy characters, she kind of does that, doesn't she? Even in her movie and in the manga.
In series called what was it? Pathfinder. No, I'm not talking about the movie Pathfinder, but the a Dungeons and Dragons Pathfinder series, the tabletop game with rolling dice and whatnot. There is a race called Warforged, and what that is like, if you can imagine imagine if the Statue of Liberty just all of a sudden started moving around and dancing and just came to life, sort of thing. That's more or less what a Warforged is. There are these creatures called golems and stuff like that that come to life, and the Warforged is like a special race of golems that were given, I guess, autonomy or like.
is this Japanese?
No, this is like an actual.
It sounds anime.
No, like Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, fantasy.
Yeah, in terms of fantasy, yeah, there's the actual tabletop game where you roll dice and play a character.
Oh,
There
yeah.
is along with like elves and dwarves and stuff like that, there's a race called Warforged, and that's basically animated golems or animated statues.
I'll be damned.
And
You mean kind of like those statues that was in Doctor Who, those statues that had these.
Yeah, it's based on folklore, and it's the idea that you can put a special writing into a statue. It's supposed to be a distortion of how humans got made by clay in the biblical creation story.
There's a really good X-Files episode where they build this
A golem, yes.
So the reason why I brought that up is because you can sort of, depending on who you're gaming with, you can pretend that what I call them Warforged. You can pretend that Warforged character is more like a cyborg. Ergo, Alita in a Dungeons and Dragons setting.
I'll be damned.
Which obviously leads to the more recent movie, Honor Amongst Thieves. I mean, why wouldn't you be?
I love that movie.
Well, the interesting part is that even though Warhammer 40,000 is also a kind of role-playing game, and it's really in the far future, it's become fantasy-like because they just don't understand their own technology anymore.
That's another one as well, like whether it be a tabletop or miniatures, like an actual miniature sort of thing as well. So yeah, she can definitely pull off a fantasy role.
Like fighting witches and warlocks and shit like that, huh?
Yeah. In fact, Warhammer 40K is probably the best example of a blend of like technology and like what they call sword and sorcery fantasy.
Yeah, chainsaw swords.
Because you could.
In Warhammer 40,000, it's psychic powers instead of magic. But it's still very fantasy-esque in terms of how it's used. They're called psychers.
By the way, just a fan that asked this question. Have any of you guys seen a flick called Nimona?
Not yet.
No, I remember seeing it on Netflix, but on face value, it didn't sort of grab at me. Although I was more like flicking through the titles.
I may have to check that out. Just let me write that down. So I want to check it out. Oh boy, Flynn says, and you'll appreciate this one, Angelus. How about a movie devoted to Alita's uwu? That's
I like
that
how
would,
that man thinks.
yeah, you know, that man thinks real well, doesn't he? Now, careful there, Finn. That's my niche you're talking about, bub. So anyway, and then of course, Just a Fan says, "How about How to Train Your Dragon?" Yeah, I mean, certainly she could fit in
How
a
to
kind of
Train Your
a animated. Yeah, How to Train Your Cyborg. Yes, but yeah, she would fit in that because I mean, well, certainly she was an anime herself, wasn't she? Back in 1990, 93, somewhere in there. For sure, you know. So I'm not sure what you mean by this. More style movie Equilibrium with Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I think you mean something like.
Equilibrium's great.
Oh, it is.
Equilibrium was Christian Bale.
Yeah,
Oh, is
not
that
Keanu
okay?
Reeves.
Equilibrium
Oh,
was
yeah.
Guns and Swords with Christian Bale.
Yeah, Guns
Yeah.
and Swords. Yeah,
2002.
Awesome. That. It's a dystopian future. Oh, I love that movie.
Okay, I'll have to check that one out too. Equilibrium.
Yeah, it's great action.
You guys are giving me some great ideas here. Okay. Yeah, Finn recognized he recognized not Keanu Reeves. So, okay, so Just a Fan said that Nimona is a science fiction fantasy movie. Wow, that sounds pretty cool. I got that written down there, Just a Fan. I want to see that. So, okay, any other fantasy ideas that are not dodgy? Oh, okay, Vladdy's got one.
No, I was just thinking.
Oh, okay.
Lord of the Rings should be great. It should be funny in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I think so. Technology in Middle Earth. I don't know how that would work. She would be like a goddess, wouldn't she, in that? Those
Some multiverse bullshit will explain it.
Yeah, I guess so. You
Yeah.
know, and those orcs wouldn't stand a chance, would they?
I don't know. I still think the idea of putting Alita in Metal Gear Solid would be kind of funny.
Well, she would certainly fit in that, I think, pretty well. I mean, since she's a cyborg, so
Cyberpunk. We've got to get her in Cyberpunk.
Well, yeah.
Well, can't you put an Alita skin on Cyberpunk in a Cyberpunk?
Yeah, you can. Someone's made a doll body of Alita, and it looks pretty good. But I'd rather have a Berserker body, and
Yes.
I haven't got around to figuring out how to install mods yet.
This is light dim in the souls of the unbelieving. Yes.
It's Devalita. You know, I had a
Right.
missed call today from a number ending in 666, and I was like, that's definitely Devalita calling me.
Yeah, for sure.
I was lucky I didn't pick up.
Well, there used to be a Twitter user that went by the handle of Devalita. Haven't heard from them in a while.
It's Vladdy's alter ego.
Oh, is that right?
No,
Oh,
it was
okay.
actually Bozilla's alter ego.
Yeah.
It was Bozilla's alter ego, but he ran off.
But quick, I mean, before I change back and like unshare the screen,
Yeah.
an opinion from each panel member. Who's Devalita talking about? Go.
My life's light dim.
So who's the soul of the
that's-
unbelieving when it comes to Devalita?
I would have to say Vector.
I'm guessing, Vladdy, yours would be Bob Iger.
Oh, you're talking about a real person.
Either or.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
for sure. Every critic who gave Alita below 4 stars, which is basically all of them, all the journalists who wrote negative things about Alita, especially the independent hit piece writer.
Adam White.
Hey, you don't need to say the name.
But if you want to control a demon, shouldn't you utter their true name?
He's
Yes.
not a demon anyway. He is a front for the demon. The
Good
demon
point.
is the force that went against Alita, which is a combination of people's, like, basically nasty people.
Well, it's the thing about demons is they're kind of created by our own bad intentions.
Exactly.
At least that's what Warhammer Dungeons and Dragons explains it as.
I just watched a
There's
re-release
that
of The
one.
Exorcist, so I'm thinking in like demonic terms lately. I saw it in the cinema.
Boy, that was a tough movie, man. That
Yeah, it's still really upsetting now. Like you really feel for that girl, and it
Yeah.
they make it feel so authentic. I know people like find it. They see out of context clips of like the girl running backwards with her like back broken, and they think it's funny, but it's like it's really actually shocking in the actual film.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in a movie back in the 70s, and there was these like three tough guys who were sitting down in front of us, and they were laughing about, oh, this is going to be a horror movie, it's going to scare us and all that. About halfway through the movie, they left.
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah,
tough guys.
we're people
Tough
leaving in ours
guys.
for different reasons.
Oh, here's a good one. And especially in the context of the current topic title.
It's a bit small. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it
I'm going to
make
make
it
him an offer he can't refuse. Yeah.
a
Alita
mafia movie. There you
Alita
go.
Mafia. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, let's see. Maxie's the Pope, so would he be the Don?
Yeah, you could say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Or if he's old enough. He could be cosplaying powerlifter.
No, I don't want to be a Mafia Don. The Alita Mafia, though, I like that. Golly, I like that. Devilita memos. Yeah, I love it. I
wouldn't want to
rip
be
her in
that
half.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're that guy. I want to rip her in half.
Well, he ended up being that guy, didn't he?
But yeah,
He sealed his face with that line.
Mm-hmm.
it's more Devil Eater. I think that's all the pictures I could find. Yeah.
I've got loads of them saved.
Yeah. But anyway. Horror.
Devilita.
I mean, again, yes, Rose has been in quite a few. I wouldn't exactly call it horror, but definitely what would you call Chariot?
Like mystery.
Psychological horror, perhaps?
Would you even call it horror?
That's true. Yeah.
It's more like it's kind of like a Lynch. I mean, people do call like David Lynch horror. It's that kind of vibe. So possibly, yeah. What's the official genre of Chariot?
I'd have to look it up. But
It says sci-fi / comedy. Well, that's not. I wouldn't classify those as the main genres. I'd say mystery, drama. I don't know.
Psychological mystery.
Yeah, definitely psychological. I feel like psychological always was part of a mystery. It's kind of like a mystery of the mind.
Yeah.
She could have been in World War Z, I guess.
Hey, it's one of my photos.
I mean,
Halloween's already come round. I can't believe it. It feels like I just took that picture like 2 days ago.
We've been fighting so hard for so long.
It's crazy that we still don't have confirmation.
Yeah, I never saw Chariot, so I don't know what that's about.
You need to watch that as well.
All right.
It's basically, it's got John Malkovich. Is his first name John?
Yeah. John
Malkovich, right? That's his name, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's funny in it. He plays like a... I don't want to spoil it. It's best to just watch it without knowing anything.
Not that I'd ever want to replace her, but if you were to perhaps make a similar character in a similar movie setting, like I can see Rosa / Alita play a character not too dissimilar to what was her name? Alice in Resident Evil, aka Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. John Malkovich was in a movie. This is not horror, but he was in a movie back in the 90s. I think it was about the mid 90s, I think. It was called Con Air. I really liked him in that. He was exceptionally good in that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Really old movie. So
Put the bunny
90s isn't that
back
old.
in the box.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
Put the Hot Toys Alita back in the box.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Definitely not.
I don't see Alita.
Instead of having Nick Cage in the background, you got like Nick Cage and like Alita Army
Nick,
behind him. Put
yeah,
it
Nick,
back in the box. Don't do
yeah,
anything
Nick,
stupid.
yeah, Nick Chinlund, I think, was the bad guy in that. He played Toombs in the Riddick Chronicles of Riddick. So the Merc,
Yeah.
Let's see, Just Fan, is Alita hunting us or is she getting hunted? Well, I don't see us hunting her because we've already got her. She's our girl. So
Oh, she's definitely hunting us. Like,
yes.
I don't know, you could think of it as she's training her army to like survive.
Yes, that's right. Well, we know she could be in vampire movies. I think zombie movies too would fit in this kind of an area too, because I mean, vampires and zombies are different, but they certainly are vampires in in the manga, and there's those mole people, and they're kind of weird. So, so I guess I think she would fit pretty good.
Similar to what I did with Resident Evil, I could definitely see her in the setting of and Bloody might be familiar with this in the Underworld series.
I
Starring
know
Kate
the Underworld
Beckinsale.
series. Kate Beckinsale, God, what a goddess she is.
Kate Beckinsale.
I need to
Yeah.
go on her Instagram. She's stunning.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she was real good in those I guess those vampire movies she was in.
That's the ones he's talking about, Underworld.
Yeah, Underworld. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't actually watch them, but I did like her outfit in it.
Frankenstein's Alita. In a way, there's some similarities there, right? In terms of Ito building Alita and
Dr.
Frankenstein building. Yeah, that's right.
Alita is Doc Ito's Frankenstein monster.
Although our girl's not a monster, she's a sweetheart.
Exactly.
that will cut your head off if she.
It's like the antithesis of Frankenstein.
Yes. Yeah, and you don't want to piss her off, that's for sure. Oh boy. Anything else on horror, you guys? By the way, Chaos had to go, by the way, so.
Okay. Did you watch Brand New Cherry Flavor?
No, I haven't seen Brand New Cherry Flavor.
Well, that shows that Alita could do amazing in horror as well.
Oh, okay.
Plus, Rose I think is just really, again, because she's got such like a dramatic face with her emotions.
Yeah.
You'd feel her terror in any kind of horror movie she was in. So I really want to see her in more horror.
Well, she did an episode of American Horror Story too, didn't she?
Yeah, that was like a small thing, and I didn't really like how it ended. It's upsetting. Did you watch it?
No, I just know she was in it.
Yeah, I watched it. It's not very nice.
The amount of times that we've used that GIF, and I know which one. I know Vladdy will know which one I'm referring to.
Wait, what was the context? Yeah. I'm not sure which one you mean.
The amount of times we've used that GIF of Rosa in Brand New Cherry Flavor.
In Brand New Cherry Flavor, yeah. The screaming,
like was she like saying that version of no?
Exactly.
Alita, the gentle witch. She can be gentle, but she can be pretty badass too. For sure. Hey, you got an offer there, Angelus.
Of course, I'm going to take it up. So will Alita. Is it screen sharing?
Yes, can you see? We can see it. What's
Yeah.
that eyeball she's got in her mouth? What is that?
No, we
that's
can't
just
say.
part of the promotion.
Yeah, it's a promotional.
And-
We'll just say it's a promotional still. We won't tell you what it's for.
It does have a reference to the actual story or plot.
Yeah.
So.
But you need to watch it to find out.
All right. Is that the one that starts out with a car wreck, isn't it?
Brand new cherry flavor.
Yeah.
I think
Car
it
wreck?
does.
Yeah.
Is there a wreck at
Crash.
the start?
Yeah.
And she
Didn't
crashed.
it?
She's definitely
She
driving.
drives
it.
a car, and there's a really cool intro with the. I don't think there is a crash. Maybe you're thinking of that movie where she crashes, her car crashes into a river with a bunch of people. That one's fun.
Oh, okay.
But there might be a car. I don't think there is. I haven't watched it for a year or so.
But this is where she's getting back at people that won't, support her career in acting, isn't it, or something?
Yeah.
Like that.
There's a whole meta of like how it relates to Alita, because it's all the show is about how her big break was ruined by like some nasty producer who stole her script. He said that she could direct it and stuff, but then he just went back on all of it. So she's just basically going for revenge. And so I was watching it like, okay, she's getting revenge on Hollywood for like screwing over Alita.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm just getting lost in the uwu.
Yeah, that's right.
But of course, like our listeners, the people in live chat will get that. Like she slot right into a horror movie or series for that matter.
Well, there's that series Gargoyles. I mean, that was an animation. So yeah. That's pretty old, isn't it? Didn't that come out in like the 90s or what was that?
I believe so. Yeah, because I remember seeing it when I was a kid.
Yeah, I saw a couple episodes of it. That was pretty good, I thought. Because there's one of those guys is a good gargoyle, isn't he? And there was another one that was a bad gargoyle or something, from what I remember.
Ironically enough, it was the female one that was the bad.
The bad gargoyle. Yeah. Okay. Anything else on horror?
I mean,
well, they could do lots. Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Even though that like we wouldn't necessarily like to see her in it, she could definitely pull off like the evil side of horror as well. Whether it be
she could go full psycho.
A cyborg being possessed by a demonic AI, or
Mm-hmm.
or cough Jeff Fahey, Lawnmower Man.
Well, she is going to play a villain in that Captain America 4. I know that. So,
but she can definitely pull off like the more darker side of horror and like the not so good guy's character.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Vladi, wasn't it you, Vladi, that said in Captain America 4 you wanted to see her as the villain kill off all the Marvel superheroes?
Kill off every Marvel superhero and then bring in all the Disney executives as well, and they can all join the death pile in the movie.
And then bring Alita in after that.
Exactly. Alita now has taken over the MCU and runs Disney.
You don't ask for much, do you, Vladi?
All I want is sequels.
Now, when it comes to sequels, that's right. We all want it.
But no,
Okay.
that's all I've got.
Anything more from you, Vladi, on horror?
Well, there's so much in like the cyberpunk universe. When I say cyberpunk, I don't mean like Cyberpunk 2077 specifically. I just mean cyberpunk generally. You could do so many cool horror things like that because there's so much body horror in like replacing body parts with machine parts, or you could put someone's like brain into like, I don't know, something when they wake up and they're suddenly this thing that's completely alien. And there's just so many things you could do like with psychological horror in the cyberpunk world. They should definitely tap into that more.
Most definitely. See, Disney, we're expanding the all the different settings and all the different, backdrops for Alita to be in. So, we're giving you some options.
Yeah, I'd like a horror spin-off of some kind. Set in Iron 50. It doesn't even have to have Alita in, really. Just like a cyberpunk horror show would be awesome.
I got Destiny Nova in it.
Yeah.
Anything else on horror?
No, I'm
I think so.
I'm all tapped out.
Oh yeah, I want to see this.
Yes.
And well, this will be in the sequels, but she could be in a musical.
For sure.
What's that real famous musical, Oklahoma? You see her singing Oklahoma, where the wind comes rolling off the plain. Yeah. Yeah, she could do that. Well, we know she can play keyboards. We know she can sing, and we know Rosa can sing. I mean, I saw Rosa on a couple of videos, I guess. Well, one in particular where, I can't remember what it was she was singing. Swan Song, I think. She's got a nice voice. I think she could pull it off. She probably would want to be trained a little bit, so she could, really do a first-class job, because she strikes me as somebody who wants to do a first-class job on all that. But I think she could pull this off pretty easily, and it would be so cool, particularly in the sequel. I mean, I think, once again, Alita is Rosa and Rosa is Alita, but in the sequel, seeing her play keyboards in the Kansas bar would be super.
Yeah, it's got to happen.
Yeah. Now, they won't be able to devote a lot of time to it, but they could at least have a shot, where she sings a couple of bars,
And they could do an extended cut with a 5-minute sequence.
Perhaps, or say
no,
3
they have
minutes.
to do that.
Oh, do they? Oh, okay.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. So you really want her? Well, why don't you just do a set, Bloody? Let's have a 5-hour movie, and she can do a 45-minute set. Singing.
Well, Cameron did talk about wanting to do 9-hour-long movies. So
yeah. Well, I know I'd sit there and listen to all of it.
I'd watch her do a whole concert.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why Disney don't use the VTuber market is quite big. They could easily make an Alita avatar and have Rosa performing.
Yeah. But they could do something like some animated musical. Like in some anime, they, in Disney anime, they will break out into a song. They could do that. They could do an Alita animation type of, piece and have, have Rosa sing. I think they could do that. Are you guys not hot on that idea or what?
Sorry, I got distracted.
Okay.
What was the idea?
Well, the idea was how in some movies, like in, let's say, not How to Train Your Dragon, but like Frozen.
Yeah.
And let's see, an old Disney movie like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They had songs in there. I don't see why you couldn't do something like that, with an Alita anime. I mean, I don't know if you'd want to make it part of the storyline, because we've got all the manga and all that, but they could certainly do a little spin-off, I think, that's more of got more musical stuff in it, I think. Alita is a break dancer. Yeah, she could probably do it.
Mm-hmm.
Singer is more with human body. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Finn, because I think, at least in the manga, Alita can sing, and she's in her, the image you see on the left there, she's in her civilian body. So she's not in a human body there. She's in a cyborg body, and she can sing. So you guys don't seem as hot on the musical.
No, I just want to see her singing in Alita desperately.
Well, I definitely want to see her sing in the sequel. That's for sure.
And
you
playing
know.
that harmonica.
Oh yeah, on the
Emotionally thinking about Hugo or something.
yeah, on the nuclear train or atomic train or whatever they call it. You know.
Mm. Or he'll probably work it in a different way, Cameron, but he'll get that harmonica in there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like he moved certain iconic things around
Yeah, he does.
in the first one, just to like get them in there, and it works really well.
And it's in a good way too. That's right. Anything else about Alita being in a musical of some kind? What about a Broadway type thing, or say they still have Piccadilly Circus running there, Vladdy, in London?
Yeah, that's still a station.
Yeah, they have plays in there, don't they?
They've got, I think there's loads of, like the West End, isn't it? There's
Yeah.
loads of plays in the West End. I saw, what's that one? The musical by the South Park guys. The Book of Mormon, that was funny.
Oh yeah.
I saw that a few years ago.
Yeah, last time I was in New York, that thing was in on Broadway. I think that's been a couple of years. It's been about 4 years actually.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on musicals, guys?
No, but I want to see like Alita playing the cello.
Okay.
I think that'll be beautiful. And the violin. There's some really cool fan art of her playing a violin. It's beautiful.
Yes, there is. And even Cran drew one of her playing the guitar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All that. Give me all the music. She should just do like a music video.
Oh, that would be
She
cool.
can have herself singing and playing all the.
Oh, just think we had AI going.
Yeah,
they
we can do this with AI. Not too long.
Yeah, we could pick up a song and have her do a music video, AI generated music video. Hear that, Disney? If you don't do the sequel, we're going to start doing our own stuff.
Oh, I'm going to do so many things with
Well,
AI.
we've already started making our own merch.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to do so many things with AI. Disney are going to regret so much not making a sequel if they don't.
Yeah. Well, they're going to eventually. They're going to.
Well, they better.
It's gonna be stupid for them not to do it. I mean, you know. Okay, so moving on here, mystery. Okay, we kind of hit a couple of these already, but you know, detective story for sure. You know, and you know, there you see her on that image on the left. That's pretty dark, but you know, she's following Ito. You know, and she's kind of being stealthy. You know, just following Ito. You know, so just perfect for that. You know. The police drama, of course, I think probably, you know, that would be similar to what she would do as a hunter warrior, although policemen have more regulations they're bound by than hunter warriors do. Hunter warriors don't have any regulations hardly that they have to abide by, except they're only supposed to go after criminals. So that's about the only regulation they have, I think. And her working in the Tuned program, yeah, she could be in a spy type thing, you know, because I guess she's kind of like a spy in the Toon program, isn't she? She's kind of like James Bond, I guess, in some ways. And then, of course, hunter warriors are vigilantes. So, I mean, they're, you know, although they are hired, I guess, by the factory, I suppose. So, so what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'd love to see her in some crazy mystery stuff. Police drama, yeah, that's what I'd like to see her doing. Some like, you know, like in CSI Miami, he says some snappy line and he puts on his sunglasses. Alita could so do like some sassy cop lines, you know what I mean?
Well, she kind of did that in Chips, didn't she?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Didn't she get on those two guys? Angelus, you saw that movie, didn't you?
Mm.
Didn't she get on guys that were they were talking Spanish or something like that, and she looks at him and said, "I can speak Spanish" or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
I think it's like close to the end. It's like, you guys know I can speak Spanish, right?
Yes.
Ironically, I don't think she could speak Spanish at the time.
Well, she can. Rosa can definitely speak Spanish.
She couldn't back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said she was embarrassed about it.
Wow.
So
the
that
name
Latina
must-
who can't speak Spanish, she
Yeah.
said it in an interview. It was funny, but I'm sure
Yeah.
she's learned now. She's probably learned by now.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of a funny story. I remember one time when I was in Germany, there was a couple that came in, and we were in Germany. If you go out in the countryside, they'll have these like places where you can cook fish, and you know, they cook the fish over an open flame and stuff like that, you know. And this couple came in, and my girlfriend and I were sitting in one place. A couple of my friends were sitting across the way, and this other couple came in, and she, I forget where they were from. I think Frankfurt, I think. But, you know, she started bad mouthing Americans, you know, immediately. And I'm going, really? You know, because she didn't think us Amis could speak German, rather. And she's just bad mouthing us, you know, and how bad our food was and how stupid we were and stuff like that, which in some ways I kind of agree with her. But, and she had gotten up to go to the bathroom or something like that. And my friend Lee said, you know, be careful, Gary. She can speak English, you know. And I said, I kind of figured that because they were over here for about several months, you know.
All the Europeans speak English. You can never think that they're not listening.
Well, here's the thing, you know, she didn't think Americans could speak German, you know. So anyway, he said, you want to get her? And I said, yeah, let's get her, you know. And he said, wait for my cue, you know. So anyway, she comes and sits back down, you know. And, you know, the guy comes in, he's taking an order, you know, and my friend orders and his wife orders and my girlfriend orders. And he looks at me, you know, and in German, my friend says, Gary, what do you want? And I made the conscious effort to speak German as fast as I could.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just spew it out like they should have seen the look on her face. And her boyfriend bought me all the schnapps I could drink for the rest of the night. He was apologizing all night.
I don't know why everyone talks shit about Americans, Creaky. You know that.
Well, sure they do.
Literally every other country apart from America talks shit about Americans.
Oh, sure they do, you know. Yeah, I remember once I was in England, the last time I was there, and I guess it was 2017, I was on business, and a couple of my colleagues there, I was only there for a few days, you know, and they were giving me a ration about Donald Trump being elected president, you know. They were really giving me a hard time about it. And I said, I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for him. So, you know, but that's as far as it went, you know. So anyway, we got way off topic there. Okay.
Do you think you could power lift Donald Trump?
Oh, definitely.
How much does he weigh? He must weigh a lot.
I'm not sure, but I can bench near 300, so I'm probably.
Oh yeah, that's not even a challenge for you.
I can deadlift 350 or something like that, you know. So, but anyway, that's another story.
Just as we're talking about Americans being annoying, I'm literally scrolling on Twitter, and the Sky News tweet says, U.S. tourist accused of smashing 2nd century Roman statues at museum in Israel. Fucking Americans, man.
God damn, man, that's stupid.
Everywhere they go, just destroying culture.
Well, I tell you, when I go overseas, you know, I'm respectful, man, of, you know, the people's their country and their culture and stuff like that. I try to speak the language, you know, as much as I can, you know, and I'm just really appreciative, you know, because I mean, you know, really, it's bad taste to go over and just kind of act like an idiot, you know. I think so. Yeah. Anyway,
exactly. You're a gentleman, Creaky. We know that.
Well, I don't know about being a gentleman. You know, my brother and I would go to brunch sometimes, and we'll be, you know, it's, hey, where do you want to sit, gentlemen? And we turn around and look, you know, where's there gentlemen in here? Okay, anyway, got way off topic. Anything else on mystery?
I don't know, but I love a good mystery. I would love to see an Alita one.
I like spy stuff, you know, like James Bond and Jason Bourne and that kind of stuff. I like that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I think Alita would be real good in that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, Jason Bourne, that's another Alita thing where he doesn't have his memories and he has to try and regain them.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar, you know, because he gets
mystery. Alita already is a mystery because it's the mystery of her past.
Well, the thing of it is, like with Jason Bourne, he gets rescued at sea, and Alita gets rescued out of the scrapyard. So and they both don't remember anything. So it's very similar, and they both can fight really well. So
yeah,
it's a very similar type of.
The power of the mind gives them
Yeah.
amazing skills.
Yep.
God, I need to rewatch that. I love the first few Jason Bourne movies.
Oh yeah, well I like all the, and I even like the one. There was one called The Bourne Legacy. I like that too. It had Jeremy Renner in it. I like that movie.
I kind of gotten over the franchise by that point, unfortunately.
Well,
but maybe if I rewatch the first few again, I might get back into it and watch them all.
Well, I remember my second wife and I binge watching it one day. We sat there in front of the TV it was like 4 movies. So we sat there for 10 hours watching these movies.
Jesus.
So, yeah. Anything else on mystery, you guys?
No.
No.
How about this one?
Romantic comedy. Is there another one for romance?
Well, this is from Angelus. Angelus, I didn't have it in there, and he said, well, do something on romantic comedy. And I got a little clip I want to play that plays right along with this. We won't get yeeted, so here it comes.
Ito, can a human love a cyborg?
Why? Does this cyborg love a human?
Doesn't she look cute there?
Yeah.
Does this cyborg love a human? Yeah, you think?
Kind of obvious, though.
Yeah, it is.
So embarrassed our girl.
Yeah. Yeah, and the novelization goes into a little more detail on that, where everybody knows who she loves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So
very sweet.
Anyway, a romantic comedy where I guess Alita meets and marries Figure 4. You know, that would probably be in the 3rd movie, perhaps, or maybe
if it was a romantic comedy, they could get it. They could be funny, like, I don't know, like slice of life stuff where they're getting into like intimate romance and like, I can't do this and stuff, and it's like, I think that could be quite funny.
Well, I think that'd be funny, but it was kind of funny anyway in the manga where, you know, Figure 4 challenges her to a fight and she beats the shit out of him. And he keeps getting up, you know. And she says, what is wrong with this guy? I thought that was pretty funny, you know. And then there was that other scene where, you know, he has her hanging on a rope from the side of a building and he's taunting her with food or whatever it was. And she ends up wrapping her legs around his head and said, I'm going to rip your head off or something like that, you know, if you don't let me down or something like this, you know. And that was, I think that was kind of one of those funny type things, kind of like that new movie that Chris Evans and Ana de Armas are in. I can't remember the name of that movie now, but where they had a lot of contention, you know, with it toward each other. And then eventually they fall in love. You know, I think that would fit Alita and Figure 4 perfect.
You know what I want Cameron to do? If there's only going to be 3 movies, I want them to give Alita a happy ending where she lives happily ever after with Figure 4.
Yeah.
Is that likely?
I don't know. If they follow the manga, it's not. Although it kind of is on Last Order at the very end, although it's not what you think it is. You know, it's not. I mean, not to, well, spoiler alert, but, you know, there ends up being 2 Alitas, you know.
I like the fact that Cameron isn't afraid of changing stuff to tell his own story of Alita.
Yeah, Finn, Figure 4 is Alita's love interest in the Badlands arc. So, and he's he's a meat boy, but he ends up, I guess, Zex. When he was AR6, he wasn't a male. He was a female, and he transformed himself. But anyway, he rip his arm off, doesn't he, Angelus, or something like that? And he has to get a cyber arm. I think Zex does. So anyway, but yeah, he's a guy that has killed like 38 cyborgs, and he kills his 38th cyborg protecting Alita, which is kind of cool. And she had I guess she had both of her feet got ripped off or something, so she couldn't walk. So he puts her on his back, and he starts carrying her across the desert, and she says, just leave me here. I don't want to be responsible for your death, or something like that. And he said, I am not leaving the woman I love in the desert to die. I was really nice, boy. And then he proceeds to walk across the desert with Alita on his back. I think that was really a nice little
things we do for Alita.
Yes. And of course, any boy meets girl movie, Alita could be in that, because Alita's got so much ooh-woo, doesn't she, Angelus, that seems like any fellow would want to, hook up with that, I think. Now, the picture on the upper right there, that's more or less her being 14.
And probably more afraid of her uncle.
Yeah, you better treat if you hook up with my niece, you better treat her right. Although she wouldn't have to worry about me. I don't have to, I wouldn't have to protect
she can take
her.
care of herself.
She can take care of herself. Yeah, Zex is a demon fighter. That's exactly right. So he's actually, his designation is AR6. That's where Zex comes in. Well, as you know, Finn, Zex is German for 6. So, and that's what he is. And eventually he and Alita are teammates in the Zot. So, they, kind of, Zex wants to fight Alita. And he, as a matter of fact, he says at the end, after the Zot, that after we win the Zot, you and I are going to fight. Now she's in her Imaginos body and he's in a Physoroid body. So that is not going to go well for him, but she says, okay. Like, all right, if you want, it's your health we're talking about here, So anyway, that's the way that one worked out. And that was kind of funny there, I think. How to be single. There's something to that, Smendrick, because in the manga, she before she starts playing in the Champions League, I think, I can't remember the exact order of events here. Or was it after? It might have been after she, fights Joshigan. She's in that civilian body. Is that what you remember, Angelus? I don't remember exactly what the chronological order there is, but she does have her own apartment, and she plays, works down at the Kansas bar, and then as a musician, and she plays, instruments and sings and stuff like that at the Kansas bar. And she teaches martial arts, to some of the people in Iron City, mostly cyborgs, but I think there was a couple of meat boys in there, and she actually gets a following, and a lot of the male hunter warriors, they kind of get infatuated with their uwu, kind of like I guess Angelus and I would be, I suppose. And she kind of gets like a fan club going, and that was part of that thing that happened in the Sonic Finger, but she's, she is a single girl in that very much, except a very powerful one, even in a civilian body, cyborg body, she's pretty powerful, not like in a berserker body, but you still wouldn't want to mess with her, because she still knows Panzerkunst and she knows those techniques, but yeah, that would be like a single girl kind of story,
I've never seen How to Be Single. I've no idea what it's about.
I don't either. I might have to look that one up too, just to, not that I don't know how to be single. I've been single most of my life, so.
I don't watch many romantic comedies.
Yeah, I've been married twice, but I've been single most of my life. So, Anyway. But anyway, there's some ooh there, isn't there, Angelus? A couple of those images, by the way, are AI. So,
Well, one of them's completely AI. The other one's
kind of
everything's AI except for the face.
yeah,
So the face is still made by Weta Digital,
yeah,
but the body is AI,
yeah,
and the hair and the shawl and beautiful wedding.
yeah. Even the one in the upper left corner, though, it's still remarkably. It looks like Alita. I mean, you know, human Alita.
Yeah, no, those are great. Whatever,
Yeah.
whatever AI thing is doing that is a
Yeah.
great one. But
So,
I think people did
Oh,
we
go
find
ahead.
the source for those ones in the end?
I think a couple of them. Well, you do the one on the lower right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
thought you
talking about the
did.
top left.
Well, what you do is you put them on Instagram, and I just download them. You know.
Yeah.
So and then make a video out of them. But the one in the upper left, I don't know where that one came from. It's definitely AI. The AI though, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not Midjourney, because Midjourney, to me, doesn't do it. Now maybe it's because I don't know how to use Midjourney as well as I should. But it when you give it a description, you say Alita Battle Angel, and you give it a more description, and it kind of tweak the description. It kind of looks like Alita, but a lot of times, but it's not
It's
quite.
rubbish.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's rubbish,
It
but
doesn't look like her really. That's why I've so much preferred doing the way I do it with you keeping the face. It's so important that it looks like her.
Yeah, well, that one on the lower right certainly looks like her. That's for sure.
Because it's literally a shot from the movie.
Yeah. But I like the one in the upper left. I mean, it looks pretty good.
love the upper left too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And that face is way better than the Midjourney faces, which look all like squished and weird.
Yeah, yeah. And the Lexica faces too are kind of, and there's a couple of others that I've used.
So which one is the top left then? It's not Midjourney.
I'm not sure where that one on the top left came from. I'm because I see these things. They are on social media, whether they're on Facebook or
these just
Instagram.
popped up. I found it on Pinterest.
Okay, Pinterest, on Twitter or X. I've seen some on there that I download, and I just download them. I mean, it's public domain stuff. I don't, it's not a big deal, So,
Yeah.
So Angelus, are you caught up in the uwu here or what? What's going on?
I'm always caught up in her uwu.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
She's just so
Smendrick.
beautiful.
Yeah, she is. Smendrick, you do need to read the manga. Yeah, you definitely do. So
Has Schmendrick not read it?
I think he's read some of it.
Is he like me? He's just read up to the movie.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Smendrick, how much of the manga have you read? Or as they
He's
say,
probably read the whole thing.
Manga. Well, he said he should read this volume of the manga, so
I think he means like you're inventing a new one that he wants to read with a romantic Alita story. And I agree, Schmendrick. I would totally read the hell out of that.
yeah, I'd read that. I'd read it. Since it's Alita, I'd read it. I'm not big on reading romantic novels, but I guess if it was a short story of Alita, or Alita romantic story, I'd read it. So, because she's my niece, man, I got to watch out for her,
Indeed.
Anything else about a romantic comedy here?
No, but they should really play up the cyborg-human relation hijinks if they're doing a comedy.
Yes.
I think that would be funny.
Yeah, that would, I think. Yeah. I mean, anybody that would have a relationship with Alita would have to be careful, I think.
Yeah,
because
in loads of different ways.
Yeah, exactly. Because she could hurt you not even trying to.
Yeah, what if she just like lost her footing and fell on you? She could break your leg.
Yeah. I think her balance is so good. I'm not sure she'd lose her footing, but you know, if
Or
you
if
were
she didn't
Nah,
see you behind him. She didn't see you behind
just
her,
and
and
turned
she just walked
around,
backwards into you.
yeah, you'd knock you down. Yeah, that's right. Or say maybe, now I don't want to be dodgy here, but say you were sleeping with her and she rolled over on top of you, she'd squish you, you know, because she weighs between 200 and 300 pounds, you know. So I
Yeah.
mean, you know, well, the
I
human
feel like
Alita
she'd
would.
wake up pretty quickly, though.
Yeah, she would probably. Yeah,
That's one way to go, though.
yeah. If you're going to go,
Smothered, literally smothered by Alita and crushed.
yeah, that would be. If you're going to go, that's the best way to go, I guess.
No, I don't. It's actually a really horrible way.
Yeah,
So,
it would.
Again, we're
I can
back
think
to the
of something
horror.
more
Now we've
horrible.
gone from, see how you can easily switch from romantic comedy to horror in the
Yeah,
cyberpunk
that's right.
world.
Yeah.
Well, here's something horrible. If I said that Alita was my crush,
Yeah.
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
it's bad enough you were late. Now this.
Cedric, I don't think you mean her eyes are bad. I think you mean is maybe that you need glasses and it's hard to read or something. I'm not sure, because
Yeah, because his eyes are not great.
I think Alita's eyes are really very pretty. I think.
Yeah,
you
he's
know.
talking about his own eyes. Creepy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So, yeah,
Alita has perfect eyes. We all agree on that.
yes, yes, she does. Any more romantic comedy, guys, before we start getting way up too far afield here on this one?
How many more slides have we got left? I need.
Oh,
I need
about
to
three, or
get to.
about maybe 2 or 3, not too many.
All right, let's power through.
Okay. Science fiction. Oh yeah. Well, she can pull this off. I mean, for sure, you know.
She's the queen of science fiction.
Yeah, she is. You know, and of course, any story about whether it's space travel or, you know, it's certainly, she is the embodiment of advanced technology. I mean, her
Literally.
technology is 500 years in the future. So, I mean, you know, or at least her
She's
particular.
the ultimate human being if it was formed from technology.
Yes. Yes, she would. And then time travel, certainly. It'd be kind of cool to see Alita doing time travel, and especially could come back here and visit Uncle Creek at his bar, you know. So she's up in the 26th century and I'm down here in the 21st century. So
I got another one for you.
what's that?
She can
No.
be in a sci-fi movie or Vil.
Oh,
Oh god.
well, is that about the same time? Is that about the same time frame though?
I don't know. He didn't
Uh,
think that. He didn't think it through that far, Creaky. Come on.
It's
Oh,
it's a play on one of Vladdy's
Yeah, the
other
show,
favorite
the
series.
Orville.
Ah, damn it, I get it now.
Or Vil.
So funny.
Yeah.
There's always a little extra
Well, Creaky
required for Creaky.
Well, Creaky can be a little slow at times, I think.
Well, you're right.
Yeah. So anyway, but I think, you know, well, speaking of the Orville directly, I remember I saw a couple episodes of the first season and it was kind of just slapstick funny stuff, you know. But then I saw an episode from what season, 3 or whatever it was.
The latest is season 3.
Yeah. And it was more serious. It was more like Star Trek. You know,
no, it is kind of it does all the jokes in season 1, but it does have the serious stories too. They definitely toned back. Basically, Seth MacFarlane told Fox that he was going to do like a Family Guy version of Star Trek, but what he really wanted to do was just make his own Star Trek. And now he's kind of toned down the jokes, and he's just focused more on telling like proper like Star Trek stories. And it's really good. It's like much better than like the Star Trek movies and the new ones. I mean,
well, what I saw, that one episode that I saw was similar to a Next Generation episode where the crew had, you know, that they came in contact with this. I guess it was a really advanced species, and this person, whoever this alien was talking to them, and this person was, I mean, she kind of, you know, she was in front of them looking like sort of like a human, but she wasn't corporeal. You know, she was just saying, we used to be like you, and now we're like this, or something like that, you know, and that she said, we'll be watching you to see, you know, how well you progress, or something like that, you know.
Surely you remember what episode it would be, Vladdy?
I don't, but I remember who it is.
Yeah.
I don't rewatch the Orville like I rewatch Alita like billions of times.
Yeah.
I really like the Orville, and I really want to see more of it, but I'm not. It's nowhere near Alita's level.
No, it's not near Alita's level. Yeah. But, you know, Alita could be in Halo, because that is in roughly the same time frame, you know. Yeah, that's something we want to see. Now Erica would not be in one of Alita Fallen Angel or Alita Avenging Angel, but she would be in one of the, say, 4, 5, or 6. Creek wants 6 movies, because that's where she, or if they were to do a Mars Chronicles type thing, you know, certainly like is what you're suggesting, Finn. Now, I think there are 2 origin stories for Alita, and I think if they don't want to gross out the public, you know, the fans, they probably want to stick more with the background story for the movie, you know, not what's in the Mars Chronicle, because the one that's in the Mars Chronicle is pretty freaking weird, actually. So I think, but I would love to see kind of an Alita birth story, you know, with her and like Erica, with like in the manga, in the Mars Chronicles, you think Alita and Erica are sisters, but they're really not. They just happen to be together early on, and they find out that they're not sisters, but they're still inseparable. But at some point, I think Erica she takes up with Baron von Muster or something like that, and then you know, Erica's always been a conniving little twerp, and she kind of, you know, her and Alita kind of, you know, separate somewhat, you know, and then of course Alita in Volume 7, you know, that her and Erica fight each other, and Alita tells Erica that she's really a necro soldier. So, you know, and she said, what? She said, yeah, I killed you 200 years ago or something like that. I forget what it was exactly. So, yeah, and Erica is just someone that kind of was with Alita during the war on Mars when they were little girls. And Erica is older than Alita. She's probably a couple of years, 3 years older than Alita, because Alita was not much more than a toddler when Erica was like 6 or something like that. So, or 5 or 6. So, but Erica is kind of Alita's, you know, I guess you would call surrogate sister or something like that, you know, because they were with each other at very young age. So, and that's it. And that's in the Mars Chronicles there, Finn. They both were in the military, and then Erica eventually becomes a necro soldier. So, and that's how that happens. I don't want to say too much more, I guess, because I'm already giving away too much already. So you have to read it. You have to read the Mars Chronicles there, Finn. Anything else about science fiction, guys? I think we got one more slide after this, Vladdy.
Yeah, I was literally falling asleep. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's because I moved up to my bed like 15 minutes ago, and I'm like,
I'm sorry, we had 2 more slides. This is one, sports. We know she can play sports.
God, she'd smash all those sports out the park.
Yeah, she would. Oh, by the way, just to go back, Erica is not Alita's sister, but she, in a way, they behave like sisters early on when they're little. Okay.
That'll be so cute to see in live action.
Yes, it would. Yeah, it would be. But Alita would excel at all of these because she's fast, you know, for one thing, and her hand-eye coordination is greater than any humans. So, you know, and we could see that in motorball, obviously, you know, but, you know, other, you know, sports we play today, like baseball and cricket and football, rugby, even soccer, which you Europeans call football. You know, she would destroy her opponents. You know, she definitely would, because first of all, she's a cyborg. You know, she would never get tired. I mean, she may have to eat for her brain, but her body wouldn't get tired, you know, as like a human's would. So her endurance levels would be greater. She's much stronger than any human. Any human. I mean, even big power lifters now and big strong men today. Now, she's a fictional character, but if she was real and you put her up in her berserker body against the strongest man alive today, she would be like 3 or 4 times stronger than him. And she would be fast because she can run speeds of nearly 7 times the speed of sound. So there's just no way anybody could compete with her. You know, I mean, she's just got too much on them, you know, in terms of capability.
They're all too slow to play the game, whichever game it is.
That's right. Dodgeball. Well, if Alita threw a dodgeball at you and hit you,
no.
it'd
Get out of the way.
Yeah. When she'd throw it so hard at you, you wouldn't be able to get out of the way. She'd knock you.
They'd think like a mass shooter just came in.
Well, she would hit you with that dodgeball and knock you 30 feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone would just be dying on the floor.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, dodgeball would be that'd be too dangerous for the other competitors. It
would be so funny though.
Well, even American football, you know, if you hand her the ball, she's going to run a touchdown every time because she's too fast and too strong. And humans couldn't tackle her. You know, they just couldn't do it. You know, they just no way. Or say, you can attest to this, Angelus. If she played Australian rules football, she'd be too fast for them too, wouldn't she? And she'd always be kicking the ball between the 2 center goalposts and be scoring 3 points every
They'd
time.
have to create an entire new category called cyborgs.
Yeah, they would.
Or weight division or whatever, like depending on whatever sport.
But the fact she can run Mach 7 nearly, it's just no way. Nobody's going to be able to compete with that. Unless they did like in Motorball where, you know, Ito gave her those wheel feet, you know, and they, by regulation, she could only go like 100 or 200 miles an hour or whatever it was what their regulation was, you know. Otherwise, if she doesn't have that kind of a get up, you know, installed on her, she's going to be way too much for any other competitor, you know. So whether it's American football or rugby or whatever, nobody could stop her. You know, she'd be just way too much. And I know in a powerlifting competition, nobody on earth would stand up to her, period. It would just, I mean, you'd be able to bench press 3,000 pounds. I mean, really, nobody can do that. So, okay, well, I'm going to press on here, Vladi, because I think we've hit this one in prior streams somewhat, and we've hit this one. Now, I know, Finn, you don't like her in superhero movies, and I agree with you. She's not a superhero. She just kind of looked cute in that Spider-Man
why did you put this at the end?
Because it's a really focused kind of genre for her to be in, because it's only about her capability, you know. So she could.
I just hate the thought of it, though.
Well, she could still do it, though. That's what we're saying. What could she excel at? What other genres could she excel at?
Now all I can think about is Rosa being in a bloody Marvel movie, and
well,
imagine if they haven't announced the sequels by then.
Well, she's going to be in a Marvel movie. She's going to play Diamondback in.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be so depressing if she's in that without any sequel.
Well, Vladi, I think she's going to knock it out of the park in Captain America 4, and I think Disney's going to take note of that. And
oh no, I'm okay.
I think so. I think so.
It's just silly. She should have had the sequel well before that. She didn't need to do that. No, that's not how it's going to work anyway. It must be part of a deal.
Well, we'll see. That's all you can say, you know, because
maybe if she does well as this half-baked MCU villain, maybe then they'll give her the sequel. No, enough of that shit.
Well, you know, we just have to see what's going to happen, Vladi. I mean,
it's bullshit. If there's no sequel by the time that movie comes out, I'm fully like turning on Disney.
You mean not like you are now?
I'm very measured now. I've never crossed any lines. I don't even know why.
Well,
so anyway,
I wouldn't say cross, but skirted.
I don't think so.
Now, I do think that, you know, if she was to be on either the Avengers or the Justice League, I don't think either of
Look,
those.
I'm just going to go, Craigie. Okay, I'm going to
Because you
say
can't-
goodnight now. I
All
can't
right.
handle this being the last one. I'm sorry. It's like torturing me when I'm trying to go to bed. Good night. See you,
All right.
Angelus.
We'll
See you,
Fair
see you,
enough.
Lottie.
Enjoy discussing the MCU and comic book movies and
Oh, well.
Alita being destroyed by them. See
Well,
ya.
she's going to
She's
destroy
gonna
him.
destroy them.
Yes, she
No,
is.
I
The
hate it.
sequel is gonna destroy
Like,
the.
Alita was buried because of the MCU. It just makes me want to throw up. The whole thing. She better have
I
a sequel
agree.
by the time. She better have a sequel by the time Captain, because it's like really not cool. All right. Good night, guys.
I agree. See ya.
No,
So anyway, getting back to this is not to say that Alita is a superhero. She's not. And I've said this on many streams. But her abilities, what she can do, how fast she can run, how strong she is, the fact she has that inherent plasma weapon, the fact she can fight as good as she does, she would fit right in. Now, in either the Avengers or the Justice League, she would help them on one-offs, you know, like maybe a threat to Earth or something like that. And she helps them, but I don't think the Avengers or the Justice League would take her in as a permanent member, because Alita, you know, kind of has some areas of gray in there, especially in the manga, you know, and I think that would rub them the wrong way, I think. Now, would they accept her help, you know, for a really serious threat? I think so. You know, I think they would. But she could pull this off. She could do it. So
I think it would just be more because she wouldn't be able to. She'd want to do her own thing.
I think so. I think she'd be more of a loner. You know, I think that would be that. But what I'm saying is, though, is if there was some serious threat to Earth and she, you know, and they would accept her help, you know, on that, you know, for that one instance, they probably wouldn't accept her into their groups, you know, permanently. You know, they probably wouldn't. So now I think she's basically a good person, you know, but she does have some periods there in the manga, particularly in the Badlands arc when she's off the rails. That would go counter against everything they do. But now, once again, she's not a superhero archetype. She's not that, and that's probably why she wouldn't fit in with those groups, you know, because she isn't a superhero. But she does have the abilities to be able to help them, you know, if they needed it, you know, and they probably would accept the help under certain circumstances. So anyway, Black Order. Yeah, well, I think she'd make mincemeat out of Proxima Midnight or Cold Obsidian or one of them. I think, or what was that orc-looking guy? I can't remember his name now. She'd make short work of them. They wouldn't stand a chance against her, I don't think. So, okay. So Vladi left too early, but can we think of any other movie genres that Alita could star or cameo in there, Angelus?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, it might even end up being a whole nother discussion, but like, there's, you know, a few other specific animes that she could even cameo in. So,
yeah,
hell, you could even keep that in reserve for our next topic. What sort of animes would you like to see crossovers of? Oh,
we kind of did one like that, a little different than that, but we kind of did one like that a couple of years ago. Remember, we had Den on there. Remember Den, and I think Kran was on that one, I think. But and I think that was all animated stuff, I think.
Well, since a few of our topics have been sort of revamping, rewording, or revisiting
some
popular topics,
that
could be one.
Yeah, I
And
think
could
we
even
could.
use that to say, "Hey, Dan, fucking come join us," or "Hey, Cran,
Yeah.
you want to draw some art while talking Alita and Sailor Moon or something?" I don't know.
Yeah. She could, or not just Sailor Moon. I remember I sent Cran not a text, but I sent her. There was a couple of cosplayers down there at the Colorado Springs, Comic-Con, and I didn't know who they were, so I sent the picture to Cran. She told me who one of them was, but she didn't have a clue who the other one was. So
Yeah.
must have been a pretty pretty obscure one if Cran didn't know it.
I think you might have, like, just to finish up, because like you said, I think we've hit this topic pretty well. But just to sort of reminisce, if you will, did you have anyone like both recognize the name Alita and even recognize the tag Alita Army while you were there?
Well, when we went up to Derek Mears' booth, he was Romo, and he saw us coming up there, and he saw us. We had our Alita Army shirts on, and he said, "Oh, the Alita Army's here." I mean, that was pretty cool,
Like, oh shit, not again.
No, he was really complimentary. He sat and talked with us for about as long as he could, because there was a lot of people wanting to get his autograph and take pictures with him and stuff like that. But yeah, he was really supportive. He really liked the fact that we were there. And well, you saw we got that shot with him. And then we went over. There was two sides of this thing. One was more of the live action, and the actual movie side. And then the other side they had over there in a different not hallway, but in a different auditorium in the same building. They had the anime side, and we went over there, and it was where the art was also. And we went in there, and there was a guy in there that had an Alita drawing in there. And we said, I said, "I'd like to buy that drawing." And he said, "Well, I can't give you that one. That's my only drawing. I've sold all my Alita drawings." So somebody was there and bought some Alita drawings, which was pretty good, And then, of course, we met David Soboloff, and he gave me a signed thing of Alita standing in front of the Centurion, So anyway, that's pretty cool. I don't recall anybody saying they had seen Alita. They probably did. Because we talked to a lot of people there, and I think some of them may have known who Alita was, but they didn't recognize us like the Alita Army. I mean, they probably just didn't see our.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Didn't see our shirt. We had the small logo over our heart on the left side, and on the back we had a picture of Alita, holding a BFG, So, but yeah, they were, certainly a couple of the actors, knew who Alita was, and that one guy at that art exhibitor, that art booth, he definitely knew who Alita was because he sold some Alita drawings. He didn't want to sell his last one, so. Maybe he uses it to trace or, build a background or something like that, and then do like Cran does, So, okay. Well, anyway, I think we hit this one pretty good, but yeah, we might revisit that anime one, and maybe kind of make some changes to it because, different animes, bring them in,
Well, yeah, and not just make it crossovers per se, but like what other anime genres or stories could you see Alita? Like, could you see Alita as a Sailor Scout, for example?
Yeah.
Just as an example, could you see Alita as a mech pilot or something? Something like that. And
well, I know I had her in Aria. Or Area, well, I can't remember how that's ARIA. We had her in that, and Cran was on there, and she said, "Well, because I mean they're both on Mars. I think the Area or Aria is like 100 years before Alita, but Dan said, Well, knowing Alita, those girls, there was a couple. They looked real innocent. You said those girls would be dead within 15 minutes after meeting Alita. And Kran said, "What? They're not going to kill those girls?" You know, something that kind of thing went on. You know, he said, "No, anybody that meets Alita is in danger, not because of her, but because the people that are after her." You know, so
That's true.
yeah. Okay, yeah, anime. That's what we're talking about, Finn, right there. You know, so
The potential for next week's
yeah, it could
topic,
be.
but
Yeah, I think
you know,
so.
whether it
Maybe.
stays there or if it changes, you got to join us next week for it.
That's right. And maybe we get Den back on, you know, or Ox King is what he calls himself now, I think. So I've sent him invites before, but he told me the last time I saw him that his wife gets home about the same time the stream does, and he likes to get his run in and all that because they cook dinner and stuff like that. So it's tough for him to do it, I think, at that point. So, well, did we miss anything, Angelus?
No,
I don't think so.
the only thing
Yeah.
we're missing are the sequels.
That's it. And we certainly aren't missing the uwu here, are we? So,
No.
and I guess that center figure right there, you know, Lita sure loves her Uncle Creek. That's for sure. So, and if you got a problem with that, well, you take it up with her. I wouldn't want to. And here's our queen right here, Rosa. She's, you know, she brought Alita to life, and I'll tell you, man, she's number one in the Creeks book in terms of being an actor because she is great. You know, she pulled it off. Anything she does that I've seen her in has been really good. So, you know, Undone, she was really good in that. I saw her in Divergent. She didn't have that big a part in it, but she was good in that too. You know, so you know, I just think you know, she was the perfect selection for Alita. You know, I'm so sure that Zendaya and those other two would have done a fair job, but this lady right here really pulled it off, you know. And of course, we want to give a shout out to Elle Lamont and Jesse Fisher. They brought Screwhead to life. And, you know, we definitely want Screwhead to come back in the sequel in the Motorball arc. You know, maybe I'd like to see Screwhead and Alita, you know, kind of make up. And, you know, and Screwhead be on Alita's Motorball team when they take on Joshagon. And, you know, we just let that one play out, you know. And all three of these ladies are really good at what they do. You know, I mean, certainly Rosa and Elle are really good actors. And Jessie Fisher, as Elle would say, was the most badass stunt woman she ever worked with. So that's a pretty high praise right there, I think. And as I say every week, it sure don't hurt that these three are pretty, because they are, you know, in addition to being great at their trade. So, you know, that's the biggest thing, I think.
Yep.
So tomorrow is a manga reading, and I guess Maxie's going to be the host. He likes to host the manga readings, doesn't he? So
I'll be there for backup, of course, but yeah.
Yep. And I don't know. I asked Tony if he could run the stream because he's got some conflicts he has to deal with, and if I haven't received anything from him, I might go ahead and set up the instance because he can stream to that. It doesn't matter who sets it up. So I might just go check my ex DMs and see if he's responded to my question there. But yeah, we're going to have a manga reading tomorrow, and I always enjoy those. You know, they're pretty cool. Maxie loves doing them. So, you know, I think you did one, Angelus, though. You did a pretty good job on it, actually.
Yeah, it would have been like maybe 1 to 2 months ago.
Yeah, I think so.
Not the last one, but the previous one before that.
Yeah. And then, Finn, you could actually log in here, and of course, you get a little bit of the manga read to you. So, and then we talk about it too. We discuss what's going on in the panels. So, you know, it's a pretty cool thing. 3 Angels versus Nova. Okay. Any last thoughts there, Angelus?
No, just thoughts of the sequel and You know, I'm hoping it'll be this year. It'll be a good birthday present for sure. But
Yeah.
you know, as long as we get them, I don't care when it is.
Well, we do. We have this going for us. James Cameron is working on them, and that's something right there, because he wouldn't just say that off the cuff. You know, he has some serious intent there. So, you know, I think we just need to keep our powder dry, as they would say in the old vernacular. You know, because I think it's coming. You know, I think the sequel's coming. So we're
Well,
going to get it.
worst case scenario, he could say, he could be referring to the like really putting some muscle behind the pitch or elements of the pitch or the actual production itself. Like for example, we know that he's always said, "Hey, let's do another lead to Disney or to Bob Iger." You know, let's just say that was the case, and you know, he could be working on like getting the production into like high gear, like an actual make the actual production actually happen. Maybe that's what he was referring to when he said, "We'll be in Austin, Texas for the Alita sequels."
Yeah.
So we don't
Which,
know that until it becomes. But you're right. James Cameron, like I guess in a way, like the best case scenario is that you know Bob's letting him do like most of the promotional work, I guess, as an example, and
yeah.
you could say like, all right, well, James Cameron just simply isn't ready because you know he doesn't half-ass shit. If anything he drops with purpose and intent, and
Yeah.
you know that's why he's the billion. You know, there's a TV series called The $6 Million Man. Well, James Cameron's a $6 billion man.
Yes, he is. That's right, because he's got 3 of the top 4 grossing movies of all time. So the only one I think that was ahead of him was not ahead of him. He has the highest grossing movie, but I think Avengers Endgame was number 2 or 3. I can't remember.
Avengers is being sandwiched by Avatar 1 and 2.
That's exactly right. So
with sprinkles of Titanic on top,
which really speaks to James Cameron's success. This guy knows how to make movies, and he knows how to make them profitable. So anybody that would ignore that is not making a sound business decision. But anyway,
and in the context of what I was saying, like you know, if James Cameron wants to do things a certain way, whether it be to do with the movie itself, whether it be with the promotion of the movie, the making of the movie, production of the movie, you know, you just don't mess with that, or you're potentially messing with $1 billion, and
that's right.
going to be a lot of money to Disney. So, you know, on the silver lining, if you will, I won't say bright side because they haven't said yes yet.
Yeah.
The silver lining is that, you know, they just don't mess with anything that James Cameron is doing until James Cameron is ready. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's well, it would be stupid to do that. And the fact he's doing this in Austin, Texas tells me that he plans on using Troublemaker Studios again. So Robert Rodriguez is going to be involved. You know, I mean, I know we heard some rumors and stuff like this, but I think that's all crap. You know, I think
so. To, I guess, not mirror, but explain some of the validation for Vladi's sentiment. Yes, all the stuff that we have been, and the news, we're going to feast tomorrow on the news. But you'll have to join us in Radio Chaos tomorrow to see what I mean about that.
Yep.
But you know, we're going to eat hearty tomorrow, my Hunter Warrior brothers and sisters. But
yes.
But yeah, even though most of the news is still technically by definition rumors, like there's a difference, I guess, between a rumor from, you know, a random internet source and James Cameron.
Yes.
Who
Yes.
are you going to trust more, you know?
Yes.
James Cameron or, like, I don't know, Adam White or Grace Randolph or
yes.
You know, take your pick of anyone that you like or hate or, whatever. No, who are you going to trust? Well,
Yeah.
my faith is in James Cameron because he successfully adapted Kishiro, and Rodriguez successfully cracked the Cameron code as I like it. So
Yep.
join us for the news and join us for the manga reading tomorrow.
That's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so why is that image there? Well, that image there is because the Creek likes it, and any image of the Creek's niece he really likes. So anyway, and to
And he's the
paraphrase
James Cameron of the Alita Livestream.
well,
You're in charge of the show, technically.
Well, I'm in charge of the show. I don't know being on equal with James Cameron on anything. But anyway, to paraphrase Grishka, I'm only here for our girl. And of course, all of us are only here for our girl and the Alita
Army.
That's exactly right. So there you have it. So, any very last thoughts there, Angelus?
No, I'm just ready to hit the ground running and start cracking some skulls. If anyone tries to get in our way for those Alita sequels.
You got it. You got it. Okay, then. I guess on my count of 3, I guess we'll do the call to action. That's 1, 2, 3. Film those sequels, baby. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow on the Radio Chaos stream, and we'll see you next weekend on the Alita live stream. So good night and good day.
What's up, Alita Army? This is Hot Toys Alita, and I hope you enjoyed this week's Alita live stream. Please join my Uncle Creek, Angelus, and our other guests for next week's show. Remember, I do not stand by in the presence of evil, and film those sequels, baby. See you next time.